the pronouncement by the Supreme Court vis-a-vis the constitutional provision clearly talks about prior approval. You appreciate that?
Madam Chair, very much so. But my frustrations to try to get a vaccine for us at the heat of our second wave, I relied on the Executive Instrument 61 that was passed by Parliament to hide behind emergency clauses that have been invoked, to try to see if I could do that and come to Parliament to inform Parliament that this is what I've done and therefore need regularization. I need approval to cover it because we were in dire need of the vaccine. Yes. And I had the onus to try to procure the vaccines to vaccinate Ghanaians to protect our lives.
But subsidiary legislation.
Right, so Yenti Health Minister and Brown Health Committee.
Seek parliamentary approval before you entered into this contract.
No, please.
You did not.
Have you any such plans?
I thought she was going to have a follow-up question. I had plans to come to regularize the parliamentary approval, to seek for parliamentary approval after I've signed the contract.
Do you appreciate the fact that the pronouncement by the Supreme Court vis-a-vis the constitutional provision clearly talks about prior approval? You appreciate that?
Madam Chair, very much so. But my frustrations to try to get a vaccine for us at the heat of our second wave, I relied on the Executive Instrument 61 that was passed by Parliament to hide behind emergency clauses that have been invoked, to try to see if I could do that and come to Parliament to inform Parliament that this is what I've done and therefore need regularization. I need approval to cover it because we were in dire need of the vaccine. Yes. And I had the onus to try to procure the vaccines to vaccinate Ghanaians to protect our lives.
Subsidiary legislation.
Honorable Chair, I must be very honest with you. At the time, I've mentioned my frustration was the fact that I seriously made that error, and on hindsight, it won't happen any longer.
Mr. Minister, you are a senior member of this House, and you are aware of how we deal with emergency situations in Parliament. We have conventions and rules and regulations governing how you deal with emergency issues, i.e. appearing before the relevant committee and make a case so that the issue can be dealt with as an emergency issue. Why didn't you take advantage of that procedure?
Madam Chair, I've explained that those were not normal times, and I was seriously in the situation that couldn't make me think properly the way you think that now I will actually address myself to the situation.
Mr. Minister, are you aware that we have dealt with issues and motions on the same day before on the floor of the House, in this House? And let me give you examples. You remember the 1.2 billion and the $100 million from the World Bank? We dealt with it the same day. Couldn't you have done that?
I could have done that, but the circumstances at the time was a little bit different.
Honorable Minister, you have laid evidence before this committee that you used your best efforts to get diplomatic channels to enable you reach the manufacturer or the Russian authority directly. Is that correct?
Yes.
You even did so by producing letters as evidence of such correspondence. Is that correct?
That's correct.
You further indicated that it was after all those best endeavors have proved futile before you dealt with the sheikh. Is that correct?
That might not be correct. I dealt with the sheikh before the frantic efforts to try to get the vaccines from the right source.
So, were you being untruthful to this committee when you indicated that you use your best efforts to get direct access to the manufacturer and the Russian authorities before you dealt with the sheikh?
I remember I have said this anyway. What I said was that I made efforts, but I didn't just oppose the timing of the efforts that I made.
Okay, all right, so Enra senior Siko ye the health committee enim kakra na ya boama mo anope na kwabena wa hanum se nya me boy ye potokasemi bra wa mototo health minister Rakweku Ajima Menu omototo na no kwabena mbo modiana onchirim kakra man na de bonkrata na timi ba adua so no yenye ni mu nsem no so kwabena
ayo abusuafo ayi ankomo tete course we aye eku ayapa wonum se wo mu nhye na fano covid-19 duro no nsem nyina wo mu nhye no wo mu nka na sa committee no titira kopie anim na ne okoya na ho asam aba aye kan aye Minister of Health wononyamfo kwaku atima manu ayi committee no bisa no se ebra wo kwa kopenro no ube sra kwanya ube di permission every emrasabedafo what said you mutaya no no ansa na wo ye no ana anu wase dabi me pamocha dabi ma anya sa ana ba konso to aso di bisa ne se wa anya sa anu wase wa anya sa na wa antanya ama na no ansi ansa anu wase ye follow up question wa anya sa anu wase dabi wa anya sa ana committee no ebisa ne se na wo plans bi se anka wo beba na anu wase ai na me wo plans bi se anka meba na mom na me pese me yire me ho ye de matumi ansa na ma ba bebo parliament amane ana committee ni bisa nse enti wonim se Supreme Court wo mo de ensise bi ba ya ansa na obekwa akoto bibi atesa no tisa wo ba mbrasebedafo na wo beti se tumi no anse wakwa akoto de wokoto no ana and was say yes kwakwajima menu no o say yes wonim but baby ana edru no wano kura na nani aha ne ho waya frustrated watini wo baby ande enti wano kura wagina regulation bi so ye no so parliament fo no ana ye se obeye de obetumi bia na wade anya savasi ni bi ade aba enti nokura na ade no na ho tele no Ghana fo nya duro wo mu tiem kwalentembret eduro no wayi enti no wade anwohare ni anwopepre na no wade yesa ade no ana committee no bisa ne se sa subsidiary legislation no a wutina aso no kura no sa wonim se ni nyina ti kura no esese emrasebedafo ma o sa tumi no ansa anu wase ai na we de obeka se na ya ahomete frustration enti me pa committee ni taw sa asam no ayesi ya no de minya biyo ebi nsi biyo enti committee ni ya di kakra na obisa ne se honorable we ya senior member emrasebedafie anom wonim sade ahanse se ni etumadi nyina tie sabi sanka wo yo obi kura wonim dia anka maka so yampaden but wonim nsese wo mudi ye atuma wa ha adan na fa de emra ne dawo na wo ya bibi foforo enu wase mpanimfo no kura de mo ka no wom but munyina so munim se emra ye wo mu anya mrepa aya mrebone anya normal time enti me kura na mentumi nwini ye atene no kura me dwenansi so I couldn't think properly. What didn't kura nya ye? Ana committee no kase. Minim say na wo dwen nya ye. But wonim say the same idea ebra World Bank ema ye sika ye ni nyina COVID-19 kuro ya o ye pesika efri wo muntan ye de akwakope nro ye pesika de abo ya hu brei eno the same thing ye de mre bi ba parliament ya and temper because na ya emergency nti ye ya pe eno wo mu de ko ya ye kwati sika no ba ye eno say yes eno de na onimpa say saa time no say eno wo mu ye no ana committee ni bisa ne say wo say wo yusu utumi a wo ayire wo ye de obetumi bia ama wo kokrampo won saka Russia fo no a enkombema ye nro no ana wo say yes ana afa shake sa ba mu ana wo say yes na te say shake no a wo ba mu no ya na wo ka say wo yire wo ye de obetumi bia no wo ba mu san ana no so wo kire mu kakra bi ana committee ni so okay honorable sa wo kasa na wo ani nukure amfa ntere committee no esanse wo kura yara wo se wo ye de obetumi bia na wonya Russia fo no ana afa wo sa do ho kwato shake so enti dia na wo ye yansa wo sa ka Russia fo no enti e wo de na wa ye din kakra ana wo tese o wo ye de obetumi bia sa de be ya ne nsa beka nduro no afiance wo sa ko hu shake ana shake nso ya so de nduro no beba enti e wo de na ne kasa no na ensisi so papa enti na committee no pushi no ana akwesi ma anyem no ebe mu no wo ka se menso memre mu ya be mu enti so far so good.
It has so yeah kakra efi the health committee and in be more voices will have seen on a PBbo yanemo beche e wo yedwumedie so but sabre dia ye ko the bon krata no mienu pe na say yensa kan wa hanom saying Daily Graphic ni Ghanaian Times so kwabna ene ye beche enimu nsem no echi ya domo esukọ ni ahwe ye nsem no se ne sitie ewo mu ene nsem no nso edi akotene news online portals anope ye ne mo beche ni nyina enafo feedback ye da so ti hanom sin ye ne mo edi djuma no need 100.9 Ghana muntie suni
Ghana muntie na mansanya so adawro kofia man homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo need 100.9 FM.
Wajin Chirobet Media 5 WhatsApp line was 0503721744 0503721744. The front pages of the newspapers anope kwarenko.
Yo. Abusia for the Bakata Ghanaian Times ana eta menimi na asa committee no a wo mu ate wa parliament ya wo mu se COVID-19 drondro ne nsamho no. Nipa wa ya committee ni taman aye Alexander Fanyoma Kensi a wono na chesa committee no wasaya mrashabetani ma adese wo afutu ononyamfo kwaku adima manu waye Doma MP Doma Central and wono so na ya health minister enti wokopie committee nanim ene yade ni mfoni yabeto wan mo a we se no smart okura mic ene wo South African when wo se na space no enti wada ha ene wo mu bisa ne se said ya ukwasa contract so wa mumra ye Sputnik V vaccine no wo ya mfomso anya ne kwan so no ana kwaku adima menu ti atum se committee no kura me ya mfomso but mfomso no onka se ayono apese because na ne ho etere no ansi ya soja ade agunitem no wa ya frustrated ana afen so awu say nipa wudu sa tebia no a udia ensiso we are frustrated ya udia ensiso enti we are frustrated one and was dinin so a ensiso he is thinking aloud but the thinking is not coming enti ya no kan what the infoni abeto ana wasan dia ba nim wa no wata say enai national TV mam Sheikh Dr. Usman Nuhu Saributu obedi mozremifo nyina anim na womu akọ mosque kase no a pampani na na de danko akufu ado ekọ bia no kama no womu bekọ honom na wakọ akoye we kura ne de edikan national prayers e was a mosque kase no a womu aye no enani nti enayi obia de nani atre eye mozremifo nti ene yetifie yi ekwa nyina edi adekọ National Mosque Kasia Noa, Mampeni Ebia no ho and woman kwakoya wetuma. Or the a Greek minister, Dr. Free Yakoto, Nymphony Abatuan say ya papani ya cratch nipa was a space a kama and was sending suit to a tie. Na what you know, as Yani said, you are training in our quabble. And na Parque Sindom Diano, and Femino, and you were Jack a crabby, and was rana, Nehunefa pa, and what didn't funny about way. Baby, I went in a dun soon when it true. Now, what I say? Bad flu no.
I mean, Kodi, Imra na kind bad flu, dear mammy. So back one pay about beto dry. I can kind of say police for Asia a fix the country convener see na no any person jinche mu Adachi Brownson a member hashtag fix the country. Yeah no ending come Adachi that's more akwa baba need FM so pay.
Yeah, madam I say.
Na it is there.
Madam.
So nyayati say money Ghana Police Service for edi ehia ewo ye oyechiri amopese mo ye da be na mo hia ye e na nkomo no send e call ye.
Okay, yes, yeah, a regional command earlier in the month, that was around 5th July.
Okay.
And I had the new letter and the mom. And so I'm inviting you to Kasa and I'm to say, you have to use the set routes and I said, be a person, and that date, so I 4th August. And now, yes, I had another meeting with the delegates from the national headquarters. Yes. And
Mushia, he for party.
Yeah, shower national headquarters. The commissioner of police.
Okay.
Kofi Boachi. And other delegates.
Okay.
And I any Kasaya and whatever they have, Omukaya, and we all came into consensus that it's going to happen on the 4th of August.
Okay. Na mudi baby amobe fa so ho enkomo bi abroni kan route no. Any say and no so tie.
Yes, any omo de nkomo. Yes, you shall say or sport. The traditional routes now, omudi a demonstration as a protest no or brass sport down to Farisco left, TUC, that Kibu, and I go the Independence Square. Yes.
Okay. And se muko bi o Black Star Square honum sia. Edian and amobaye ade bia mudi bibie gu krata so muni dom no be kasa senatie.
Ye near dom no be kasa, but say you be petitioning government and as a leadership media, but a lot of speech on that particular day. So you need them to be cancer, but petitioning the government.
Adentia na mon fa bibia nto aban ni mu.
Okay. This time time aban the government will have to listen. Which I said to the people, it's a democratic process. A process that will be one. So the first thing to do is to listen to them. Yes. After that, after you have listened, you have consent. Or if they are really concerned about their people.
Oh, okay. And until no reason I must say
for them to listen.
Yes. Time to listen, but senya unim senya enyama sitie yes ombetie but impanyifo say bia modi bibi the trokrata so a sending nyina so ka ho part of the listening ana.
Yes, but once that has been the process but at the end of the day nothing happens. And see another strategy. This is not the only.
What do you mean, sanity de bia, but nothing happens? What do you mean?
Nothing happens.
What do you mean?
People petition leadership. By the end of the day, we do not see the result.
Enti niamo ye what difference na mo fi say no be ye? Say niama for ye no mo chere say fa difference bi an ba. Niamo so mo pese mo ye. Difference be na so say de beba, sakrai be na de beba.
So, and yet the aim is to say we want to protest and that's all. With your processes after the process and after the protest and after demonstration, and that will all unfold after the protest. So we have a lot of processes in place.
Process says Niama Mobay Moye Oyachini we are Niama Bedichi.
Yes,
I been saying.
Until then, make disclose it for now.
Okay. But senior which
democratic and constitutional process.
Okay. Intenya de bia mo be boomra so mo ye bibia mo de mra be shem sem. Okay, about time for a yempini for so almost betie timemufo no. Are you suggesting say enya ade a ye tie on my we say penifo ni tie? Because I'm sure say these protests and the things that we say social media, the more enuma radio, kasa anope kreni koma ye nimu ad I say some penifo ni tie won. And the kwan a ye betimi afa so mo betie ni say ye betie sikro ye be ye oye kire and no and I be ye kasa wo betie.
One say this is a country we have some sort of political system. Ubi kasa, everyone thinks that it is some sort of propaganda. We don't consider the legitimacy of what the person is saying. Which I say, a democratic process for people to demonstrate and also to protest and then register their displeasure. That tells leadership say, okay, some number or the larger number of people are concerned about these things they are issues they are raising. That tells the leadership a lot. The media and other ones have been doing their best, but when people come together and raise their voice, that is when leadership is very deep in the issue. So that is why it is necessary in democratic states that protest is encouraged. Another culture of protest is encouraged. Yes, it is only in our part of the continent where we think protest is vandalism and then terrorism and stuff. But protest is just people voicing out their grievances or venting their spleen.
Me a sure so me be adwin say time na nka mpese mo ye chire na manfo ni die chire pa na the buzz about a demonstration that was true a sign money police for court in sensem yan koniembra sa na de wo mati ase okay oye chire na say timi baso ne ne ka ho akofom kakra so fiti sabran kopim 4th August no dia na mo de go akwem to whip up the interest say amanfo ni be san abasubiu.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, on the ground mobilization. The message is free. More of the social media are back on the ground. And we have men on the ground who are educating people about the essence of the Fix the Country, what it means and what it does not mean, why you should join, and why you should join the democratic process. So we are doing all this, in as much as we are doing that. The media, the traditional media has also been helping with years. So these are the strategies we are using to mobilize people. And then we have had meetings with other groupings as well, some CSOs and other ones. Yes.
Okay, which means when you become the coast is clear, she said, Bibia Danakwem Wahoo.
Trying.
Okay, all right. That's the busy as a champion. So, said, you bedding community, ever have 50 Sabria copying 4th August. My son by your channel, ever had near Becosu. Why? Adachi Brownson, a member of the hashtag Fix the Country, a team, no, and a movement, no, so see idea, police for answering your MONTIE, CFCO, a bit me abaso. Need 100.9 Ghana Montie Media soon was going come ye diano pay ubet me do adjin share fa. WhatsApp line was 05037217440 05037217444 FM kwesi aboagyer no pay me nam DJ Media chiame kwabena mafu kame ho boaking kind e bon krata no edu ba flu e we nim ho nom sin a wo ka ho asem na metwa no so koye sa interview kwabena
over kwesi e ba flu no wa ho One say, Mamma can we na me we am fan house. Abusuafo Democrat and when him ha, what the Greek minister about one say I'm a describe no. Now so far, what I say and kokwa womo and kokwa womo I 10,291 10,291 and now so far womo ekum womu aya bed fru no na aya man temiensa ana womo kum san kokwa e wanso na nkukwa wuo no asipa Greater Accra region Central region na Volta region wana na mesi kwasinya womu omisa omusa adentina kamia say aye mantemu abembempo ano honom no na saasem esi wo ho Greater Accra Central Volta region and womu tasa nkukwa no womu wo honom panti sa mantem yensa pei womakum nkukwa 10,291 ewo the Democrat and wanimu ha ana afei wasan ade Dr. Mamadou Bawumia ho asam de aba wase yemfa support emfama na yemfa ite ensase a yese no yakwaya a yese no said de ebeya ebetumi aboa na dati bi emframa pa ye home ensu a eto kramete nyini ade no enkwankwa san ye date enti wase obi biara enya na fam de emfam wase de ebeya yebetumi abo ye kwaya ho ban yebetumi abo ye ensu ho ban ni nyina ewo ho afa wasa de aba nim ha en wata se wamu apeso wamu kosoja no wamu apeso wamu kosoja no yasi obi mpa ni nkwose work stadium medical exams ya wamu kwa akoye enta wado enipa nie enipa no te sempo anu anwea adaya wamu kosoja na wata se commanding officer Emma 5th Infantry Battalion Lieutenant Colonel Prince Tando ana wodisa enkofo yanim ebi ye senior high school graduate ebi ye a degree holders ebi ye diploma holders na womo totuo anya ni paketoa enu womo akobɔ dɔmpem ɛwɔ akwo so womo kwakoye medical examination watase na enipa no dɔɔso a te sɛ tamakotokwa ne ha se bobo na fans yakwakwati sports stadium ho no mo abaso sa pepepe NSC wo ewa stadium ho wa bra na asojafo no eye medical examination adiama recruit fo no na telegraphic enim ha wa the vice president his excellency Dr. Alhaji Mamadou Bawumia mfoni abetoa asem kro no anu woka wo se yakwaye we krampa de wasase adifri humans yankasa yani nipa da sani humans en wasade ba asayire aya natie no ya wo lomi soye krei soye sandy soye ena mountains emepo valleys forests rivers lakes ena sea plant animals ani niama wom nyina Dr. Mamadou Bawumia se wom nyina ho hia ama yemfa ahudie enti yembo wom ho ban afa nipa kan census womu akan nipa no awie said womu ba amane no no womu se womu sa abotira hwe se bi ebi tika mu a enti womu ye mopap and womu stand no edekwa July 30th enti womu gusu a womu akan nipa afei minister we kwaji my menu wasada ha enne de bokate wono na so ntakrate womu and wo je atum se nokure ekwan a wofa so a wokoto Sputnik V vaccine aya coronavirus weduro na wom de baaye no na me anim no kure nie ekwan a wofa so ne de anya kwan paso enti wa admit say aya wrong judgment pa ana woyeye wa bra wokoto eduro no de baaye enti wasra committee ni say enfomso abatani pa ho enti wom mfa ne bone ente no eno ewo de bokrata telegraphic enim na the bokrata ba daso mienu enie ente kwesita no ho ba pe ye betom asuko na de wo online nyina so ya side bi apem so Ghana Montie
ABOAGYR 100.9.
Kwesi Bonkwe.
Well. I asked them.
Ghana Muntie na mansanya so adawro Kofi man homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo NEET 100.9 FM.
Seek parliamentary approval before you enter
Case so that the issue can be dealt with as an emergency issue. Why didn't you take advantage of that procedure?
Madam Chair, I've explained that those were not normal times, and I was seriously in the situation that couldn't make me think properly, the way you think that now I will actually address myself to the situation.
Mr. Minister, are you aware that we have dealt with issues and motions on the same day before on the floor of the House, in this House? And let me give you examples. You remember the 1.2 billion and the $100 million from the World Bank? We dealt with it the same day. Couldn't you have done that?
I could have done that, but the circumstances at the time was a little bit different.
Honorable Minister, you have laid evidence before this committee that you used your best efforts to get diplomatic channels to enable you reach the manufacturer or the Russian authority directly. Is that correct?
Yes.
You even did so by producing letters as evidence of such correspondence. Is that correct?
That's correct.
You further indicated that it was after all those best endeavors have proved futile before you dealt with the Sheikh. Is that correct?
That might not be correct. I dealt with the Sheikh before the frantic efforts to try to get the vaccines from the right source.
So, were you being untruthful to this committee when you indicated that you used your best efforts to get direct access to the manufacturer and the Russian authorities before you dealt with the Sheikh?
I remember I have said this. Anyway, what I said was that I made efforts, but I didn't just oppose the timing of the efforts that I made.
Let's see this. In your answer to the chair of this committee, you stated that originally you were not even interested in dealing with private people, and that it was after your best endeavors proved futile, that's when you dealt with a private person, and the records are there to show, Honorable Minister.
That is correct. The best endeavors were not being done with the Russians. When we started looking for vaccines, we relied on COVAX and the African Medicine Supply Platform. These were not private citizens. But when efforts from COVAX failed because India blocked their routes for exports, and African Medicine Supply Platform indicated that they couldn't supply any vaccine until August, I was then motivated to begin to look at private sector people to see if we can get the vaccines. But after I dealt with Maktoum, I started writing to find it from the right source to see if we can get it cheaper from that point. That is what I have explained so far.
So, will I be correct in saying that you did not use your best endeavors to get a good deal for Ghana?
This will be a difficult question for me to answer, Madam. The best at the time was what I did.
Honorable Minister, Ghana has an embassy in Russia. You are aware that it has a trade minister. Ghana has diplomatic relationship with Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana. Russia has a diplomatic relationship with Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana. Yet, you went ahead to sign a contract with a private person on 9th of March to get vaccines from Russia before you wrote on the 23rd of March to the Russian Minister for Trade, and then on 28th of April to the Foreign Minister of Russia. Will you say this was prudent under the circumstance?
Honorable Chair, I think I've indicated that for prudence, at the time of the pandemic and my frustrations, I would not say so. If it were now, that would have been different.
Ghana MONTIE na mansanya so adawro Kofi Aman homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo NEET 100.9 FM.
Honorable Minister, have you become aware of any country in Africa that sourced the Sputnik vaccine directly from the Russian authorities?
Honorable Chair, I cannot give information to that effect.
Yeah, Mr. Minister, I have with me a press statement from your ministry. And you were telling the good people of this country the efforts you made before arriving at signing the contract with the Sheikh. And I refer you to paragraph 6 of that particular press conference. It's dated 9th June 2021. And this is what it states. Mr. Chairman, with your permission, I read. Against the background of non-response of non-response from the direct channels and global shortages of the vaccine, the Ministry of Health on 9th March 2021 responded to an offer from the private office of H.A. Sheikh Ahmed Damok Al Maktoum of the United Arab Emirates for the supply of total quantity of 3.4 million doses of Sputnik 5 vaccines at a unit cost of $19 against the background of your effort to get direct. And are you saying that you signed a contract before the direct, or the direct before the contract?
Honorable colleague, just for us to be fair to the minister, let us get the two issues. Perhaps if you could put the question to him on the contact with the Russian authorities, and also if you use direct, you are talking about the manufacturer. So if you just posing the press release against a statement he's made, I think that to be fair to him, if you could clarify that properly.
Mr. Chairman, it's
Honorable Chair, I was going to try to also ask just about the same intervention you have made. That efforts I was making reference to were direct sources from COVAX, the Serum Institute of India, and the African Medicine Supply Platform, but not from the Russians at that time.
Then the question is, why didn't you contact the RDIF or the Russians before arriving at this decision? Why?
Honorable Chair, it was even the Maktoum group that made me aware of the arrangements for RDIF themselves. So not until that time, I never even thought that RDIF was the sole agent that was distributing vaccines on behalf of the manufacturer Gamaleya in Russia.
Ghana MONTIE na mansanya so adawuro Kofi Aman homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo NEET 100.9 FM.
July ni that also radio no eya for fida benada ya kono bokon kakran enra ensam no se ne siko ye nia na tie e wo ye health committee enimbra minister for health Urake kwajima menu na oti se wakasa mpenifo bu se bisa ne nsem ho no se no eno ene bi na ye bobo no kakra e de mamu na ye koye ni mu ikrata ba ko nso aba beto abonten efi Ghana Revenue Authority for honum say na ye pese ye ne moche na sakrata on tro de koma irabai friend na dromo crunchy ankra so entiase ne se na dromo crunchy ankra say crunchy ankra say ne ba now see notice to obtain information Ghana Revenue Authority for no matros akrata. So let me just read krata no na kwabnam emomodi anche chim kakramai. So see the Ghana Revenue Authority has embarked on a compliance program to assist individuals to be compliant with their tax obligations. This is to notify you that you have been selected to benefit from the Special Compliance Assistance Program of the Ghana Revenue Authority to help you make accurate disclosures of your income to the Commissioner General of GRA and avoid the imposition of penalties, interest, and other sanctions. Information available to the GRA indicates that you have received an amount of $1 million as gift from friends. Further checks have established that you own a business registered as an enterprise under the name NDKA Star. Our records also show that you have never filed your personal income tax returns to the GRA and that you have two taxpayer identification numbers, 10, as follows. And what they share what I'm saying. You are kindly invited to our office on 23rd July 2021 at 10 a.m. for a discussion on the above issues. Barbara, come on here.
Ayo. Abusuafo sa asem ya kwesi kan ye no wo mu office address ni wo mu agbo no ha kama high net worth unit Ghana Revenue Authority at Amos High Street ya one cry what the digital address ya account wa bodate kama en wo tere krata yi e de kwama na dromo kranche ankra yi wa ye Reverend Sam Kranche Ankra ne ba na wasi dear madam ya trabrew ya pesi nya ensemisa bi difiri wonten Ghana Revenue Authority di dwumadie surunku bi na wo mo pese wo ba na wo beboa wo mu na nhihemu kwaso efa no ewotu otu ya bi hu na wei no wo mo pese wo mo fa sa kwanya so etra wo se enipa wo mu abubobu wo mu din no wo ka ho Entibra na Ghana Revenue Authority program bi aye atade aye de te wo bie brane anya nhihemu amfa ho Commissioner General said ye be ya obi amfa subuo bia emowo na hu nkwatua panati anase wo mu mfa asotua bi amfa ma wo na senti aye kira wo krata ni se asem bi abeto Ghana Revenue Authority fo pono so ya etre se wenya atade e free enamfofo ntan ya atade no ye $1 million and ya de bracket eta $1 million no ho na ya sa to asukura ya nhihemu no uwo business company bi a enterprise ya wa register edin kura da so eye NDKA Star na yanzu sembio sa tre yense wo sa company no ekura wuntu ya wunkwamtas ena o tax returns enfama Ghana Revenue Authority na yasa take bio no wo tin number ya eye mienu enti wade tin numbers ni nyina aba ha yasra wo to America na bra ya office July da to so aduonum yensa wa bra abo anopa no ndu na bra na monto asem no so wo ho sa wa man so de a ene na wonim asote a Ghana Revenue Authority for wade ma nti Atadeɛ no a woyɛ wedding wunyaayɛ. Ɛyɛ $1 million no. Ɛno nti ne yɛfrɛ wo sɛ bra. Na bɛboa yɛ ne yɛnhwɛ ɛto a wobɛtua ne ɛho nsɛm kan.
That's so. We your friend wala kofa about your when na openi so akasa wo ho. Reverend Sam Kwanchi Ankra. Yentie no.
So during the wedding of my daughter, a presentation was made with a dummy check, a huge one with a huge amount of money, $1 million. And it was presented by my daughter's friends in a group called Second Generation, popularly known as 2G. The Second Generation are a group of youth, young professionals. They've just finished school, they've just started working, and they belong to the Second Generation, the 2G group of women who are under Royal Ladies Ministry here in Royal House Chapel. They presented the dummy check of $1 million to their friend. I think during the presentation I had even gone home because I was tired. These young people, if you follow them, you could break down. Unfortunately, some people did not catch the idea of the presentation. They thought it was real money that was presented. And then quickly, they turned the headlines. Sam Kranshankra gives to his daughter, who got wedded, $1 million, and the thing went boom, viral. I thank God that they are prophesying that one day I'll give to my children millions of dollars. I bless God. Let's give God. Sometimes when you hear people saying these things, you need to have information and you need to know what to say.
Ghana Montie na mansanya so adawroko fiaman homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo neat 100.9 FM.
So for pa but ode ma me fa no si ase mekọ aba na mekọ akodi san komo we me ba so for nsemu a wo kan ye benya abotre na ya doso mu kakra na sisi ade health minister enra kopie committee nanim womototo na no FIE Sputnik V contract ya sign na Ghana for do na achiro madwen egusu achiro madwen. In fact bia kasapa social media akoso comment ne bia eba ano ehye tese enya asem kuto amanfo adwa wo nso wo mu defending ne ka ho na eku a ye frɛ no asepa edi omanu ato sa enkomo imunti ye kɔ na ye ni opinion woda eye eku ya no Ura Mensa Thompson ewo ahmano so ye no eni nkomo na one say one can say should the health minister get away with breaking the law because of COVID? Should the health minister get away with breaking the law because of COVID? Asembisa wo mubisa na yenhwe yeni hu nkomo kakra. Ura Mensa Thompson da simu akwa baba NIT FM so.
Yo me na metemoso.
So asemu ya mubise mwana mubusa no muni anu ye dia na mo pese mo kire asepa.
Well, the busa minister no ankasa because senra utie me say ma what the two jar he sought to play on the emotions of Ghanaians. Say he was in a hurry to procure vaccines to save the life of Ghanaians. And no tina Yemra Yibu or mine, the public procurement law, the public financial management laws, and other relevant laws. So that is the sort of narrative we sought to create at the committee yesterday. Should we allow him to go scot-free because of COVID? Did COVID annul all the laws we have in this country? Did COVID neutralize the Public Financial Management Act? When the president wanted to impose restrictions, he did not say because of COVID, I won't go to Parliament. Even the president, when he wanted to impose restrictions, during COVID to save lives. He did not say, because of COVID, I won't go to Parliament. I will get up and issue an executive fiat. No. He went to Parliament to promulgate an executive instrument to implement restrictions to save the lives of people. It will help minister because of COVID in Tinawo. Are you saying you are more powerful and wise than the president? And so this is a question also on one no. Should we let him get away with breaking our laws because he wanted to save our lives?
Etiefo a womutie boa no pay emra ben no webuso Ghana law ben nuntia mo kan say no.
Yeah, constitution no, Article 1815.
Okay.
Very fundamental, and in fact, it has been a very controversial provision in the Constitution, and it has been interpreted in multiple cases at the Supreme Court. One of them is the Wyoming saga at the Supreme Court. It was all because of Article 1815, which provides that any international arrangement which the government, the minister, whoever signed with an international party, that arrangement must go to Parliament for ratification under Article 1815. That is the first one. So clear violation of Article 1815, and we must come with consequences. Two, the public procurement law. Very clear on how contracts should be awarded. The process, the tender processes must be followed through without skipping even one step of the procurement process. Three, the Public Financial Management Act, which clearly tells you how public funds and making expenditures in the name of the public must be done properly and orderly manner going through the process. If you don't get these three laws and say, because of COVID, you're in a hurry, you want to save our lives. And so we are asking the minister, because he wanted to save our lives, especially when even the president who appointed him during COVID, when he wanted to save lives, he did not get up and issued an executive fiat. He did not do things on his own. He went through Parliament to get an executive instrument to be able to implement the restrictions to save the life. In the honourable minister, is he wiser than the president? So these are questions you must answer.
Okay. Now me hold you up because I was just still looking at the article but so we bu Ghana yemra pon kase no so enunti no see etimi de no fa emra kwan so me anya hwehan na enkwesi okay we minister bia ofia ye diem ni MPP nti that say trukan sa na mo pese mo twe.
Well, sir, minister an explanation is not there. And Tasum Bakumbo. The name who he thinks is emotionally blackmailing in this country, but enter Sumba Kumbo.
But someone who can say, Tibia near woman, COVID, any amambia, not to say, I high, not to say, Yepe Quay Fasu bit me a swa no. And no, I'm a one being ye. He said, Nanyama Atodino, say, and now a Bianca, one minute, obejun who ye. I don't know who's to assume.
My main minister, no. You see, at the same time, my minister, no, now say because of COVID-19, during that same period, a number of emergency bills went to Parliament. A number of bills went to Parliament under certificate of agency. One of them is the Japan transaction, okay? The Japan royalties agreement. When I go to the men say COVID or contempt won't be in my Parliament. And Japan was in Parliament at the time under certificate of agency. So what stopped my men to take this contract to Parliament under a certificate of agency to get a fast-track parliamentary approval to do his procurement. Again, you see the point. Why didn't he take this contract to Parliament under a certificate of urgency? And so, for explanation, we leave the old council. We don't buy this. It's a very sloppy one, and you must come again.
So, young Omampany Sakeno, on to know what dear, so no one can resign. Diang, sign at you.
Oh, yeah, the Constitution provides remedies for breaking our public financial management laws.
Yes.
The remedies are in the Constitution. So, no, when you say you're a procurement, he's an accountant.
That's an accountant, yeah.
Yes, a chartered accountant and a prominent member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana. So, let it not be lost on anyone to say he doesn't know the law. He's also the former chairman of the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament.
Yeah.
One, as chairman of the committee, one who scrutinizes government expenditures. Be a minister, DCE, government appointee, whatever position you occupy, you appear before the committee and justify. If you break the laws, therefore be accountable. But you know the consequences of the actions you took. And he admitted he knew he was breaking the law. He knew it. What happened? So he knows the consequences. And so yeah, I'm not going to make that question say,
Now, send your Sikano, send your Sikano, dear. Say, onim se obumrano suno busu. So, Buapayo, who say, or shed that one.
On one kind, or say, onim, but not or hide behind the executive instrument that was taken to Parliament by the President to do something, so that they later will come back to Parliament and regularize it. So he knew. So he deliberately broke the law, which in terms of prosecution, it even makes it offense even more grave. Knowingly and willfully breaking the law. Willfully breaking the public financial management law, the public procurement law, and the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. Willfully. He knew. And then in America, on the next time,
but or they can also say because of the times.
And the Master said, how time, not a Japan Parliament. A Japan. In the midst of a pandemic, what was the relevance of a Japan?
A Japan was not a health matter. A Japan young Kwani Wu Asemu.
But it was Parliament during the pandemic.
Yes, pandemic, you were so say Yadi and Kwani Wu Mensa.
Oh, they make no one here. They say, in the midst of a pandemic, abandon your time. That's why a Japan. And then who is for so dear in the pandemic? And the Parliament say, "You approve the law implemented." Who minister what one I will say? Adia a year or one in quantum could mean found and the certificate of urgency. That means you do know your job.
Tianfan Famra Council.
Oh, I say, okay, sir. I mean, 3 minutes.
Now, such an issue need the higher Monchen. I said, one so no, oh, can't so I said, oh, can't. And today be a miss.
You see, I said, oh, Benson Thompson say, Minister, no, you're from Famra Council.
Now, can't they?
There's the Constitution, and say, I'm from Famra Council. It is the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. Who breaches the public financial management laws or any of the procurement laws or any of our constitution in respect of Article 1815. You have a time. I want to say I don't pass it.
Okay.
The Constitution provides a roadmap
Okay.
to deal with some of these.
Okay.
offenses.
Okay. All right. Mensa, it has an opinion. I'm shopper.
So, Mr. Minister.
Mensa Thompson, the executive director, Maya Sepa, need 100.9 Ghana Montie Jumedi Sino Asiogwe, and comment Nibia ba on Sa and Komoya Yedi So let me just read some. Citizen Francis, NPP Facebook caucus says, those who are asking the First Lady to refund donations to her foundation can go around and sell the health facilities built with them to get those monies. Okay. I am disappointed at the Health Minister, Honorable Ajiman Menu, for giving such answers to the committee. I think he should come again and tell us something better. That is Sir Prince Ewo Ayensuano and Odibaye. This one says, no wonder we are always suffering as a country. If we have somebody like Kweku Agyemang representing Ghana as health minister, I think he needs to be sacked. Meshach Asante from Abosokan and Odi and also Edibaye. The health minister was supposed to have been sacked 3 years ago when he was interviewed and he said, and I quote, I am now older and I forget things easily. I don't remember things well. And today he's still saying he can't think properly. Eric from Alaju and Odiwe Edibaye. Man for a word on the pale. Need 100.9 Ghana Muntie Jumedi Sunu Asuogwe. Enra, our health committee name.
Your ministry contacts the sheikh or the sheikh contacted the ministry for the supply.
In my desperation to get vaccines, when my normal channels were failing, I was talking to people, Ghanaians. And I can't remember who even gave me the indication of the likely supplies from Al Maktoum.
Whether or not A contacted B first or B contacted A first, the issue of a legal relationship is what is our mandate. I'm just giving this guide to all of us, General.
Mr. Chairman, this is a very intelligent question, and I think that it falls squarely within our terms of reference. If you read the terms of reference, item 3, to determine whether the services of a middleman was procured in the transaction, and if so, the propriety of same, having regard to the relevant laws. So it's apt, it's appropriate, and I don't think we should overrule this at all.
We did initial contacts on telephone. Initial contacts on telephone.
You see, Mr. Minister, with the greatest deal of respect, we are not privy to whatever conversation you had with them on telephone. On the face of the document you have provided this committee is what we are basing our questions on. And so your conversation with the Sheikh, we are asking you questions with regards to your press statement and your agreement. Can you please reconcile the two?
Ghana Muntie, na mansanya so adawro Kofi man homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo NEET 100.9 FM.
Asemo. Well, so before na ebeko break, you know, there was a voice that na me bo amamo na me bo mamo. Reverend Sam Crunchy Ankra. Ghana Revenue Authority krata wa modi aba. Na yentie kwabra mo aso nkoso na ya na waboa me na etimi ahwese ebe cheche mu kakra dia matifo.
So during the wedding of my daughter, a presentation was made with a dummy check, a huge one with a huge amount of money, $1 million US. And it was presented by my daughter's friends in a group called Second Generation, popularly known as 2G. The Second Generation are a group of youth, young professionals. They've just finished school, they've just started working, and they belong to the Second Generation, the 2G group of women who are under Royal Ladies Ministry here in Royal House Chapel. They presented the dummy check of $1 million to their friend. I think during the presentation, I had even gone home because I was tired. These young people, if you follow them, you could break down. Unfortunately, some people did not catch the idea of the presentation. They thought it was real money that was presented. And then quickly, they turned the headlines. Sam Kranshankra gives to his daughter, who got wedded, $1 million, and the thing went poof, viral. I thank God that they are prophesying that one day I'll give to my children millions of dollars. I bless God. Let's give God. Sometimes when you hear people saying these things, you need to have information and you need to know what to say and you need to answer them, because here there is transparency and there's nothing we hide. So the check was a faith check, not real check. Faith. Faith. These young people are saying one day they believe God that on occasions like this they will be able to present a check of $1 million. That's the statement that they are making. So as I stand here right now, I am being very careful how to choose my words, because number one, I do not, as a father and as a prophet, I do not want to cancel the faith, the zeal, the enthusiasm of those young people to say that they were joking or it was for fun. If you notice, I've never used the word fun. I've never used the word fake. I've never used the word joke. Because what they may be joking about, what you think is fun today, will become a reality tomorrow. Can I hear somebody give me a shout of an amen?
Ghana Montie na mansanya so adawro kofia man homene so ejiji tonton sansan e wo NEET 100.9 FM.
So Reverend Sam Kranchi Ankra Royal House. I'm fear and na watch and semi neba na dromo Kranchi Ankra ne ho abasem Ghana Revenue Authority for say hey o de kama chichim kakrama me na memra
o maji wo mani so abusiafo asam ya na etagui aya Reverend Sam Kranchi Ankra on na yesof benia wada Royal House ahimfie on wada no na entretremu anu wada mani wase ebra na me ba no aya wedding no for the check abai na check no kura se die mudro ni ade atienti wa ka kura se is a diamond check of $1 million. $1 million. Ade bra me ba ne se wante na ebra wa mu de ba kura me kura na me ni wa na ma brenti na me ko na kuo bi wa so ni mu a your friend was second generation ya wamu from 2G na sa 2G no ema wamu wo Royal House wo nti from wamu se Royal Ladies no ase ema no wamu akeka wamu abomu a ebi ye aduma wa ebi ye wamu tuma wa ha nkakra basoro en wamu keka wamu bomu ade $1 million check ade bre me ba no na enkofu adini so ayawre kasia yade ma me ba no enu nti ade atin ya pe de bakrata wuduom ne mia no o ma ten no Sam Kranchi Ankra ama ne ba no $1 million wo bompa ya se dabi baba enka sa asemi betumi abem na nka ne babi e ware a obema ne sika ate sa abat o ma min tire mu kakra sa asemi ya beto de ayi sa attack no a wo de ma me ba no anya sika ana anya attack ya mekasa ya papa bat mempese makasa no wo mu di agro ana se na wo mu di doki dabi dia me pasa me tire ne se dia be ya me mu wo mabem na one day sa dia betumi abem nti ene se wo mu seda na wo makeka wo mu abom no ma tra check e de abra me ba ne se omo bompire say one day and ka say ni so ade hunu betumi abam na nko omo atumi a gift no $1 million enti aye faith unti faith no aye FAITH aye faith aye faith no omo gina so anya cash say bia ye disika ana ya the rare cash ana de be say ni nsem da bi omo si omo di nyame di say a time will come or one day ne banu benya atedie bia aya $1 million nan kan nsaka enti won pese obebu omo abem on pese obekase ne omo di agro on pese obekase ye joke anya sa na opese oka no but opese otina omo tidie no so ema eye aduma say one day ne banu ebenya tech ya aya $1 million enti mo a mo tre tax akwama no Wadi so.
Okay. So sa wedding ya Sam Kranchiankra ne baba womo ye ya de sansem we nyina ba no 10 July ya na womo ye say wedding na womo ye wedding ni wie ya bosumi July kro na ne de to so dunum 15 July ana Ghana Revenue Authority for Omo amojeje ato e wo ye Ghana ye hanum se oman mu hanum se no omtro krata no omse yo yate na dromo crunchy ankra da si gina honum se na ne be wo notice to obtain information. The Ghana Revenue Authority has embarked on a compliance program to assist individuals to be compliant with their tax obligations. Thoughtin your professor omkache onu se Ghana Revenue Authority for oma sha se pa se omo hwe se Ghana to ayetua hanum se no program yen nyina ye be di sa to no so hyehyɛ no so obi bia wo man mu ha se otua to bia na se otua to kama. So this is to notify you that you have been selected to benefit. Ghana Revenue Authority for how can this be a benefit to me? But they say it's a benefit. This is to notify you that you have been selected to benefit from the Special Compliance Assistance Program. Enti you know sisi ya wa benefit upompom dia shokon na dromo krantiankra. Enti Ghana Revenue Authority for catch and say information on sa kana say oh na no ya wedding that is here say ma $1 million as achedie. Okay, that's good. Utrinkwa $1 million in obidi ababecho. Kama I mean show. Na wamunhwehwe mu nso asamba be de kura se oh na dromo wo san so kura wo ye business be a friend NDKA Star na womu records no eche se akwa we so dia asem kura ni womu records che se won file personal income tax returns da na dromo won file personal income tax da nyam nam kan Ghana Revenue Authority for no moka and o mahu se wo tin sa de tin nya nansi amampani abedi echire ka so ye ne snit ye babelenki ni nyina sa nya manyama ni nyina no wo tin mienu enti we de o mo pese wo ba na abekyereke niam kakra ma ho enti 23rd July anapa be nondu o mu hia wo mo office but anamu ya discussion kakra the 23rd and 20th me boa otena 21st ochina eye wukuada yawada eye 22nd efiada eye 23rd enti efiada ye be mpachocho wo calendar mu na dromo me de boa na me boa we Ghana Revenue Authority for enti me make out minim se wankwa minim ne ebesi ebi apa betimi ada so wade crunch ebi kra mo da so am honeymoon mu because our day is 10th July. Ebi omu da sukure di honeymoon
so 2 weeks.
Nti ebi omu nim wie. Ebi a we crowd team say I say ska for wedding. Nti ebi a honeymoon enko 2 weeks say ye hia for a day. Ebi a betimi akoba bosumi mienu. Timi ka say fi crowd na honeymoon ni hye ase. But Ghana Revenue Authority for say muntwa honeymoon no so. Na momra. Na omu no discussion. Se wo hwe na bia wo de ntimi nkwa me so betimi eyi om nkaye eno so mi anam de bo a metimi atra mo na ka atram so na drum on sisi a mo da so ahoni mo mu nwie nti omu wie a wo mbeba Ghana Revenue Authority for na ye wie no sa no nsem no bia Apostle General no aka no eno na twetwe maso kakra Apostle General say wo chechi mu wo pese ewiase nyina ate se sa eye ni esi wo asode na anu no bra na ne ba ne wade no check na amanfo hu ye no eye dami ni chese enya ade a eye real hu se checks no mo ya ebi akwabra me ka se me ma $1,000 check but we no me pese me ye no te se amanfo hu public show ni ne ka hu wo hu na mpese amanfo hu a ye betimi akọ na ya print kakra ka $1,000 eno kire se okay oh check na me de man ba se wonim se check kakra ka sa tintin ye no ne ekọ banka ye de ekọ bank me boa
kwasinti dia ya wo mu ye showcase wo abontin a ne ya ye na kakra ka capital no
eno ye de dam
ne ye de kwa
se no de bank bi enu obeji sa check no check de onim se kitu ade kitu e
ya no wo mu aye no kakra ka na wo mu agina kire twafo
eno de se pese amanfo hu akeke nti ne abibisa eba no nti wo mu ye ne sa wo si ni wo mu ye no kra no enya no kre enya no kre but you see dummy check no dummy check and chese enya no kre say me ma dummy checker it means say real check no normally who say na can say be a person twamfoni ana bibi ye ma man say hu so okay entu hwa na say kra no FM studio who say mu foni ni bia Jema Jina Kwamsi Fakan Dr. Baumia that an incubator project no ye no
obe support
nti bo hu a check no mu twa kakra sa no mu di twamfoni eno de ya na ye public show say amanfo be so okay why bibisa but ni aminim say dami check no nche say bia enye you wa ba betimi so I say okay wa oh yeah bibi now dey I say asresem but in bebre no de omo ya adami no ya na enche say bia sika no oni pa ko no on ma say sika no in bebre no dami no de for just for photographs ni ne ka ho but in reality no so no oni pa ko no otworo say sika no e de ma in bebre sa na tie now by odi no to nchen ya Apostle General ye sure pa say senia wo chichi mu enne ama ewiase nyina ne Ghana fo ate no te saa na wo de tu dwa saa da no a nka Ghana Revenue Authority for mbetro krata ya matwe nya me pese mchen se wo mu ewiase hu se eye faith check gidie faith no so say gidie wo mu gidie se debi bia ne ba no betimi nya $1 million ebi obi betimi aba be che ne $1 million enti enya no krese ebia ne ba nya $1 million ena me say we sure say wo mo ka sa that day no a nka Ghana Revenue Authority for wo metro sakrata say eya chede enya asem a wo mo ka ye no o mo ma wiase nyina mansa nyina ate say eya chede and that eya real eya no kore eno nti na Ghana Revenue Authority for so gina so na wo mo gina so a wo mo tro sakrata we enti Apostle General asem a wo kan we there with all due respect etwetwe aso kakra
of akwesimi yes you say ebra GRA for tre krata no ede koma wo mu no ena ode san kyeremi ba ya ode be kyere wo mu say check no eye gidie check pe sikanka ho eye gidie check enti saneba no ekọ Ghana Revenue Authority a wo kọ ka kyere wo mu say check no amu ye no eye faith check enye sika I say apostles treatem because of akwasi say wo say de papa yi kan yesa enkwada wo mo wie school ne ba no mate fu a wo mo wie school wo mo fe ne ya fa bi no mu aduma efe na ebinom yɛ adwuma nketen $1 million of a question sika ketewa yɛ bosia a wɔman no kora yɛtumi kwagyeɛ na baakofoɔ ɛman nkakra bɛke kɔn mu abom enya $1 million ɛde ama of a question tia bi ana apostle deɛ no ya wɔka sɛ ɛyɛ faith check ɛyɛ gidie check a wɔde kɔtoɔ na daate ebetumi abɛm enti Ghana Revenue Authority wɔno wɔn mu kyerɛ krataa no ba na papa no nso abɛkyerɛ mu check no bebi efiri
Bakobran say na make catch say sada no saa nkyɛmu yi wɔn de ma ya nka Ghana Revenue Authority for wɔn ntwerɛ check
ano ɔse wɔ abere nti ɔkɔ
sɛ adeɛ ne sɛ and we no ɛsɛ yɛ lesson ma yɛ mu bi yɛ nyinaa
mo
yɛ pɛ show
ɛnsuhyɛ ni mu ɛnsuhyɛ ni mu
yɛ pɛ show and nansen yɛ wedding wɔ ɔman mu hanom si ya yɛ pɛ sɛ yɛ wedding na yɛ kra bɛhwɛ na sɛ muni mu a wedding bi akɔso ɛwɔ Ghana hanom si nansen ɔmo yɛ wedding mpanyinfoɔ yɛ wedding wie yɛ Ghana Revenue Authority for kro ya atwerɛ krataa de kɔmɔ sɛ okay sɛ motima wedding we say okay ɛne okay mo bɛkyerɛ mo tax ni saa ne ma no mo mfamra ne saa enti uni mamanfoɔ ensɛm na mamanfoɔ nka wo bɛsɛ nka mamanfoɔ ka wo mo nsɛm a ɛnka nea mo ehu aba bɛsen kɔnka mo mfolo mo nyɛ bi tisisi a wo sɔde na sɛ wo so pɛ sɛ ɔbɛyɛ wedding pampin wɔ man mu ha we ya na Ghana Revenue Authority for so atwerɛ krataa so okay nti wo sika sɛ utimi de yesa anya mo okay ɛne brai na yɛnhwɛ o tax no ma hyase omo bɛdegi a da o ma me wo Ghana Revenue Authority for the ba bɛtuga ɔba ko yaba enti sɛ we nkomo bɛ show Ghana Revenue sɛ nya Ghana Revenue Authority for a menum yɛ no sɛ Charlie, Reverend Kranchankra wedding, Neba wedding, yes, small.
Because no more top pressure, ma. And my bar one.
Ghana, just say, and your Ghana Revenue Authority for Anka anymore. Because $1 million.
Of Christmas will be out in the buyer 1 week. Will be out, and my aunt be out in the say, the bend there, ratty.
But Instagram, not to say, Guanum say, na Reverend Kranchankra, they buy.
Yeah.
Because who himself videos, Nibia. Ebinumu palanquin.
Apakai.
Hey. Apakai.
And what him?
Inyina bemu.
Hey. Of a question to way. Nasa o baba ya wedding. Na tawa tunjene. Say the media kura me be ye. Why never tamadi? Why never mammy bibi? Why ne? Oh sir, your top pressure man call for. Because what you want ya be present a check ya $1 million ediama will be ya now who kofia of a question be say urade na me kura de ya bo me say nie me kura de da ben me kura de enti nyata papa be tere mu a enka still will be pressure that so high
asemo
will be pressure that so high
$1 million
of a question sika ketuo
say real say faith o Ghana Revenue Authority for say mon first camera faith GDA intenye fake faith
GDA check ene munye mon ko hwe account no me sika o mu
come to pass except these two. Which, and I'm saying it before I say it, there is no prophet without a failed prophecy. No prophet. Are you God? Now I want to make a woman who say, they should show me one. If prophets prophesy everything and comes to pass, then every church member would have succeeded. I will show you the missing key they don't know.
Oya semu. Babe katima de.
Ghana muntie na mansanya so adawro kofia man homene so ejiji tonton sansan e wo need 100.9 FM.
Where the mammy for back country, and no pay no more for feed us here.
Someone say, yeah, someone, yeah, come on, someone say, yeah. I feel won't be better than see. Cause say, I feel way you'll be a few. Cause say, cause say, oh, how we are in them. Me what dance it, I feel way I see me. Then you dance it, oh, how we are in them. Me what dance it, I feel way I see me.
May Bompire say also a fear is a wedding, no, about being $1 million. Baba and the show say a Ghana Revenue Authority for about home.
The work of Yaman woman so edgy to sunshine
so for say your faith and your GDA. That's what it is. PCS and out in Kane. And I paid us a good so ye didn't come on your henny cost of my Ghana mo. Our Ghana Montie so today Tuesday, July 20. Yeah, see and now. Initiate. Anthony at nonsense. Babra Mafo coming home working Kaya and 7 so the Maya. Yeah, because they won't crack anymore. Daily graphic in the Ghanaian Times so hard no pay NT Baba J and some yeah that PCS time so as papa and some be so on media continue news online portals and also yeah nemo ebeche what drink WhatsApp line obeti media far so now the about 0503721744 0503721744 $1 million. The Ghana and say a chua dia yahuto near count. You Amra, the one cratano. Can be mammy.
Abusia for the Bacrata Ghanaian Times in a dam enemy. Na Mabawura Santa spread one finfini. What they quaquati my men when there one no Anna was Sunta Crata with the Bacrata in Nemu. Why a heart minister? Na committee ya pass woman Yansisemu. Possible any friend parliamentary ad work committee. Na parliamentary ad work committee no. Amra sebe denia wetina ma this year war a futu I won fin mantem Alexander Afenyo marking or no ɛna yɛ titire nima committee no wɔde owura akwakuagyem amenu mmarahyɛbadwani dɔmaa central kɔɔyɛ na papa ni yɛbisa no sɛ wɔkɔsan contract a wɔne emirati a businessman Sheikh Ahmed Damak Al Maktoum sɛ ɔnsɔpra yɛ COVID-19 vaccine ni bi 3.4 million dose Russia made Sputnik V coronavirus vaccines na saa vaccine yi na wuhyɛ sika ɛwɔ mu a ɛyɛ $64.6 million ɛna na ɛyɛ sika ɛwɔ mu na committee no bisa ne sɛ kwakuagyem amenu aha deɛ ɛkwan a wofa so kora a wosan contract no nya kwan pa parliament ni mu ho hye wankasa na akɔsɛ kokoam ne papa yi ɛkɔsan contract deɛ te sɛ ɛne wɔtɛ sɛ nokora mfomsoɔ baeɛ na saa mfomsoɔ no ɛbaeɛ no ɛyɛ nneɛma mmienu na wayɛ frustrated ayɛ te sɛ na ne ho daa no na ɛnam sɛ na ne ho daa no nti na wɔni wɔpsen bi asɛ wɔbɛsan saa contract ne na afei nso deɛ ɛtɔ so mmienu n'ani afi kakra wanyini na nipa nso wonyini du baabi a ɛte sɛ me a meteɛ yɛ a wobisa me asɛm bi a ntɛmpa ne mayi ano no anaasɛ meka sɛ magye a metumi tene ma ne si so kama ne mayi wei toa ne mayi wei atoa no wonyini a wodeɛ no ayɛ ana nsisi so yie papa enti wɔbɛtumi aka sɛ nokora ne wɔdwene a nsi so ɛte sɛ ɔpɛ so wɔdwene ehu sɛ 5+5 bɛyɛ sɛn ebia nka me wobisa 5+5 ya me se 10 10+10 20 20+20 ɛyɛ sɛ 40 na mayi ano no wɔno sɛ wobisa no 5+5 a ti sɛ wɔtɛn so kakra mantene no enya botre bɔkɔ kɔsi so ansa no watumi ayi ano nti na wɔdwen a nsi so papa nti na pressure wɔ no so opendro ne de ama na nam so a okoye mistake ya nti sa nti nokura oyɛleyɛ enso na yɛ frustration ɛna afei wɔdwen nso a na nsi so
yɛbɛdi no ho ɛnkɔmɔ bata yɛnkɔ awoma no so na nsɛm baako na asɛm baako ɛno nso aba bɛtɔ dwa ɛyɛ saa $5 million bribery allegation a yɛde ato Chief Justice Kwasi Eni Yeboah na yɛnkɔdi ho nkɔmɔ sɛ kakra apie fu mu ba ura Kwasi afirifa a wɔde saa asɛm de ato Chief Justice so no wɔsɛ ɔda so gyina baabi ogyina ura kotampa nso ato n'anum tuo akasa ne ne ɛka ho na yɛpɛ sɛ ni mmeranim ni Gary ni maako maafo edi ho nkɔmɔ kakra Gary yɛda se mu akɔ ababa ni TFM so na bɔkɔ na Gary so
kakra ma ba ka da sala
ba ka kade
na ya afidida ma yɛ no muslimi fo na ba ka da sala
no correct
mwana ya na special day for me na mpampa ye amena ntus papa bangu mu na so ne gana fo nyina so.
So I'm sure still we need DHA so asemi aba beto ho no saying bribery allegation one more the ato Chief Justice Owura Akwasi Afri for a legal practitioner. I'm sure enra nsem bi ate eno kire se oda so gina baby ogina on sesana no ne okan no oda so gina Owura akoto ampa so de krata de aba. I'm sure say follow
akani na
yan sha se fi Owura Akwasi Afri fa any baby oda so gina say yes oda so gina baby ogina no a eto say
amen ciao
Joseph
okaso ojina na no based on what you see you don't see now no yeah dear no what a mistake the humble pie no means you take the honorable steps to apologize for it. Apologize the people are afumomo. Now say, I did no why ye.
You see, I'm sure, and it's 2020 from Mobra. We are sick. We are the original because of the bad year. Sabe, as someone out of the Gano, I will talk of my legal cancer. That's someone at the top of General. The power now here to catch a one was one carry French now. When you is Uncle Mono, you will come over. The two Jenny Ujano, the Ujano, this on watch. But see, Sabe, and some now, and no, if I feel police. Omubusa na media fokusa so on kasa no. Na process to get the odiano. Magini mo no. Sabe. Nkesi ani a, entensi ani. Nkesi ani a, entensi ani. Uchi ka na okaka ni lo tampa. E dey beto montin. Awa twa ko magina liga cancer no. Also sure FIFA na. Uti mo se FIFA no. We not because I say my back was him. I don't buy me, sir. A criminal investigation, no, I put it for a year near back. We now say Pama Fashi, they are putting in no say. If fast what the two year no, maybe in a should be show, not to put that any matter. But you see, what's sick will be the custom chair. The person may carry French war. The foundation of your case is taken away. Looking, it's off. It means, who you bought one chassis? Who you bought and one chassis? Because the pan I was saying, I was saying, so catch it one. Also, can reference it one. I'm not what's no. I am absolutely weak. Because one can say, one I need to see a good deal here. One can say, see, I care. Yes, will be the catcher me and carry functional. And therefore, it makes your story weak and impotent. Not change. It was CJ. Some remove we are all right. To sue FIFA for defamation of character. General Legal Counsel, what do you remove? What do you remove we are? If they can apply the full sanctions under Emra Omodiya Juma. And Sana, you know, Tampa, on also say over the right. They also get FIFA working in the court for defamation. FIFA, so we tear the player. Yama say, and seminar banner over a lot of cases to defend our court.
I see. Senior C candidate.
Because and yes, moment I can't watch them. I know. Because you see, no Kasa, I for penny one. And no Kasa will be a one. They're very, very careful. Because you hear, Koran Korean number Koran. You have coffee for you and Namui. But come and watch me. No one can ye. And you're kind of. If we saw movie, our mountain. My deeper fee say, oh, there are a crown bono, sabi. When you're fit to live in society, but see me, I'm a Korano. I'm sabi, means Sepata or Kuruma Korano. I can't deal with you in the eyes of the law. Then, yes, sabi, when we can see the Chief Justice of the Republic, on the head of the Judiciary, usually on the head, and they come, man, what it's one. Number one, a president. Number two, a vice president. Number three, a speaker of parliament. You're a speaker. Number four, the chief justice of the republic. You're a question in your boy. Yeah, put me for that to me no and to talk from Sa. If I won't need, I'm telling you, if I do for me, if I won't need, if I should be ready, you should be ready to face the full rigors of the law. The criminal one, the woman, will be facing. The woman should be woman, will be facing. Will be a officer, said the woman will be also available, also sooner, will be sooner. If you want the padia, no more the church academia, one train. Because you don't do these things and walk away. Because you have attacked an institution of the judiciary. What I say, the judiciary is an arm of government. It's an arm of government. The executive, the judiciary, legislature. And you attack the head of the judiciary. You see, as some I can't want to know, you can't want to. And to offer the years when you have Franco, you go and prove say the kind of way. Now, even at the very beginning, I ain't my boss. Now say, who be the catcher me? If I may say, they can't in jail. They can't in jail. As my come and quite now come. You will no same case. Oh, Hammy. There be no share of them one. Oh, Chimbesa. Now I can't send for Papa home. No, Papa don't pronounce him. Because Abaya is suspended a woman. Papa no, if it's one can be amount. Now, see, we are a lawyer for an estate. Let's say, will be a woo, not what you letters of administration. In a many panel, be the panel 1 year well. That's what I am lawyer for the estate. Estate, you know, depending on how I depend on you know, maybe a bell boy and do one more. Maybe a or what be a mammy, no me answer. And I be one of Babako. But wage in her. And I am lawyer for the whole estate. Now, somebody said, no one will be say, Katana, Bako, the Mrs. Mammy, and Mammy. And whatever you might call it. You know, media, any part of distribution. What was about coaching against the estate? What to be that? What to be that? How can you represent something against your own baby as a lawyer? Now, by them to solution spending what to be a career amount, to offer the partner at Tankua, and I took him to go in the Mwasi. Was he? And sometimes Baba Kuma say no. If I would because they say maybe on the type of bono, and the building is Sacofano, but the South Indian Yaponi. Don't find evidence in now and you're ready. But you put it for what evidence is the legal counsel for. Then you now the information about for evidence in Yamra. No one changing a swar for the kind of the kind. No. You should be anyone they are. Then you should ready say criminal law, whether civil law, you face it.
Well, I'm saying rap, police here, the crime said, what the name the aqua down in the county. Send out can, what seems to answer Vim no hopper.
Oh, what he? I have him, Sabe. Yes, the you know why? Not afford by our training. You fire CSA and fire Juma. Every average lawyer of even fire intelligence in himself, I care, yes, CSA and fire Juma. Could have verified information Diana, even if the car verified independently. Verified information independently. But on car say, on one the course CJ on car what say the client just say. Our client is on car and chair. Where do you stand? It took us over him, for the bad there.
But I'm not paying me to Casa. I said, yeah, opinion benefit of the doubt, crowd.
What benefit of with doubt?
Sir, no so monk as a VNT.
Benefit of no.
But I said, free fire. I said, just said, we need you send us canny, me too. I said,
maybe some no, form my conclusion already.
Aha. And to conclusion, says the only case won't.
The conclusion is as more than what kind of Yarina should be.
Who's that?
The reason they say, was it here to make a Johnny Yeba? The reason they say, one can't say one no without fair information. What's your care? What's the way the say? What you say? So I care there. Any panel say, Okachire Wono, I said, can't find Chire. The foundation of your business is broken away. That is why I'm saying, sir, maybe I'll form my opinion and my conclusion already. Because it is different. If he has come to say, me, because you feel, then I'm become a panel and a discussion. And I'm going to you know, and I'm going to Tefa, and the command, and I'm here saying, me evidence in ye, me as 1 year. That's different. That is different. These are the two different stories you are dealing with. You know, now, client now says about a war. What's the kind of financial war? Why should I even? That's why I could talk for a friend say infantile. That's why you say infantile. Read the letter very well. Maybe a lawyer must never behave in the manner that the FIFA has behaved.
Jansu kakra neti we if FIFA bra journalist confronting and rap so if you police I don't
came here voluntarily. Nobody arrested me, and I've come to finish my business.
So what should we expect next moving forward?
It depends on the CID, so please get your information from them. I have not done anything wrong. If you look at the accusations against me, I have given my response. The response is now public knowledge. What else can I say? So I don't have anything to say.
So what they also no voluntarily you be enchi no akọ police I don't know num sem dia.
Na say police was so hunyao na so wan kwa becho. And he's a lawyer, he knows that. He's a lawyer, he knows. What if what you say hunyao? Invitation at the 2 months. I was here policy. And I didn't make here policy. But that boy investigation based on the petition and Zaka. That's all one invitation. No one now, I say me anyhow. One or now, they will come and arrest you. We might will be a mom rassel. We are lawyer new, we are one mom rassel. They come and arrest you. Don't want to acquire because of himself. One quite better. You are quite better. You know, what do you say?
And you can yes and say on voluntarily on one.
One acquire voluntary, there's no consequence. Because one quite that's the point I'm making. One quite it's not quite,
But so he's done nothing wrong.
He has done nothing wrong. After investigation, whether it's something wrong or otherwise, after investigation, it will come out clear. The way it will come out clear. Whether he published false information about the Chief Justice, will come out. Whether he didn't publish false information about the Chief Justice, will come out. Without prejudice to the civil action, anybody who feels what the female we can take against you, and also.
Okay.
I think a man do so. Also be a kasa, can I say ye? Then I look at the petition that was sent to the General Legal Council. Class no about CGMD. Was he class about CGMD and what would it be? Simple petition. Very simple. What's in the file as additional lawyer? And I'm the boy lawyer some no case. That's some home fan. And I'll charge me 200,000 Ghana cedis. Now, who charge me, one can be a who take any woman and Bosaka 10,000 Ghana cedis. Now, the who checker a plan is natural. A quote in the FIFA or the cost from big bank. What class are checking? 210,000 Ghana cedis. Okay? Bank no stop na taraso shows what you say can. Also we now go say I'm taking simple $100,000. If I go the bed we move for whatever they call it.
Now guy wait a minute
I just say
send us can also record then the could simple send us
wait a minute the bad you wait a minute football wait a minute me the football na wait a minute and I'm na mmara so ma go se mi biom mmara achewa mmara achewa wasɛm no yɛ nyɛ da ɛnyɛ dɛ wasɛm yɛ da ɛnyɛ dɛ me ka na kwasi wasɛm nyɛ dɛ a from the lower court ɛbɛsia bɛsi soro no woyɛ dɛn a ɛbɛbu atia wo. I'm telling the truth to you. Okay? Now, when I was here, when I was going to when I was so and no can that's him. I mean, yeah, yes, him. No can that's him. I was over here, I said, can I want you for the purpose, and therefore, with music. And I can this, what is telling me $25 so, $20 so, the amount I can balance into a balance of the one for a call. It was the Omonis Camano. I said, in responding to this position, you know, be no credit, with the Sicano, and I didn't know credit, the music be and then whatever it is, no, you respond to the specific allegation against you. So where was this long winding story? I would go far, what I go far, I would put it for the FFM. And I go down power, and how wine, and a CJ, and how wine, and I said, how? Where was all this coming from? A lawyer writing this a letter like this. You told it anyway, yeah, I know. Let me tell you was he letters to General Legal Counsel? Now confidential information. If I'm talking about it, there's a letter to come on. They stamp it as received. And now one thing, let another one thing, you know, stamp be our muscle. Stamp will be our muscle. So how did the letter leak to the media and up to the public? What was the motive or the intention for the leakage? What was the motive for the leakage? What was the motive for the names? What was the motive? What was the motive?
Okay.
Right. At the appropriate time, no. The same way, the answers will come out.
Okay.
It's a maker say, prefer to be ready to face everything. The law, the criminal aspect of it, the civil aspect of it, or no one you're ready. So we will shoot the beyond nobody for the action. Because at the end of the day, no, people say, yeah, agreed by the wire and by a conductor. The person will not sit down, going to malign him or her, no to do no show, and yet you must have a cruma.
Yeah, that's a Gary. Let me show up on a pay.
I say, and that's it. Mammy, I'm almost a phone in a back at the salad.
Okay.
I'm a man show me the holiday, and so my teacher didn't need so much.
Okay. All right. Gary Nima Kuma for Emre Nimni and pay need 100.9 Ghana Montie Jimedi Suno as you go. Yadasugusu ye din komo ye hwene koso ewo ye oman mu amanyasem ho komo de won krata mu komo ni nyina no pay ya chechire afofida so ye ko no easy bokosa parliamentary committee a wo mo ye nhwehwemu FIE Sputnik V contract ya ye san yi en komo no so Ghana for minim se mododo na ma cheche madwen amonso mo kasa comment de se won se bebre
Ghana muntie na mansanya so adawro kofia man homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo neat 100.9 FM
na census akoso e si e kan nipa ewo man hanum sei no bem se ne mpre nusuo nie Ghana Statistical Service for chese wo mo ye mo pap wo mo asan tremu kakra se wo mo wie no wo mo tremu kakra se ke e bia ya yen kan because me be si ne wo mo kan me na anu me ba na mu hu so me de krata bi dia hye me dan na no eno woni no atwro no ma so ma me hwese me hu ade no kra because me save me twa ni phone save na wo mo se me ba me mfre sa no mai enti me twa me frɛ papa ya ma fra won fa enti Ghana Statistical Service for me se mo a mo dem hwe na mo nkan me a me a me kan me ho ama mo me kan ho me wo hanum sei because mobile mama matumi a mode krata de share me fie me dan anu ya me gate ya no me beyi ye number na wo so no ma fra papa yi won fa ono a won fa wonu so a won frɛ me minim se woni mi number but me de wo me wo number nti ma frɛ wo
kasi wo kan no mu atresi wa no mu akɔtwere ho na
tede
sa wo ka se yen kan wa Ombahwehwe watira kwaya obako no mu akɔtwere ho
empacho papa na edi no yefe no Okay, so name of census enumerator Ricky Kasim. And pacho Ricky Kasim. What the crata and be share or number no yes, my friend umfa. Unso amambe kaimi. And pacho callback card. I know my no callback card. And I intimi so callback. Send me your mamba pa. My friend Kasim. Ricky pacho brana be kaimi. Yankasa, I me friend umfa. Nti say to me. Itumi kasa na ye nyina ehia na na Gary asend me kwesi free for check you a copy ADB Agriculture Development by Spinters Road branch. There be where we dummy check 310,000 Ghana cedis. I'm say in him said 19 and 2018. It looks like 19. Whichever. Papa na kwa cash check no 2019. 310,000.
When you check
Say or the copy are sending me. Alright.
In some wo ho. In some wo ho papa. And some wo ho papa.
Yankwe.
Ayo. Abusuafo ma memfa football de ba kwimre. Na the Baka Ghanaian Times baby a sports one no. And was a Ghana Football Association for a investigation. And the for Ghana Premier League be a woman boy. March day 34. Na sa March day 34 no woman boy no. Asante Gold Soccer Club and Inter Allied Football Club. Ewo Lenclair Stadium ewo Boase. Na sa ball no woman boy no. Ghana Football Association for say a fixed match pan woman boy no. A fixed match. Said yeah. Woman say league yase. Obia crampon share will be a 5 for that. Obia say will be 5 from po. Anasan kampansam. Obia su will be 4-0. Na pre kwa obi say will be a 7-0. Send the pass 7-0. Na ayu obia wawa. Say adie you crampo. Said yeah. 2 own goals. Sa 2 own goals no. Team no a varsity ni defender Hasmi Musa. Ya dini free bench ba ya pen wonu ankasa be share ne humienu. Nipa what bench. Na ya si free bench bra. Na be defend the players ya bobo. Na won so fa contribution bra. Wonu ba ya no be share ne humienu kan ho. And what is that? Enti wo muta say sa match no e course one de. Aya fix match pa ena ayi as gold for any interlies for boy enti omo twene ho wode ma wokreku nyama wokreku mante we ya cat wokreku wode cat wokreku mfoni abatoa ena wata say omo ayan tisem kakra aba betoda sa bo no anu omo bo no match fixing wom na sikatua bi wom na ya defender Hasmi Musa obi a wote bench ya na coach ni so wa ye 10 years Hasmi Musa brabe bobi Hasmi Musa ba ya pe no ono abehye no humienu ade aka ho na akoya 7 enti wo mutase match fixing bi ekoso na ya ko aya no ayesa Ghana Football Association nkakra wo muguso se Ghana football no enu nti wo mutu ho anamon na 7-0 ya wo mu share no nko ade wo mu nti ase wo mu betu ho anamon no obi a wo sefata asoche no wo mu de ama no na wasan di aba Ghanaian Times agric overkwesi uba
Ghana muntie na mansanya so adawroko fiaman homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo neat 100.9 FM.
Yakwa ni medin komo na asema akwabna kenkan sisi aba football no na mpese ehwe no kakra na dan kwaku yeboa of sports desk despite media yani kwaku endi hu komo kakra na videos minim se Ghana for do na mu hu no match ma dwen ho e ya sefem are ho se be bia ball ye pese go ball kodui ebinom ewiase bebi omo ball akwakodu na ye die te na esi ye ne die kwaku na bi obetumi aboa me kwaku
awezi
da sia no pese efra wagye so
major sumina
so video interlies in esi omo ne Ashanti Gold na omo ball 7-0 pm me boa
okay
ya bi ayen se da ni ball mu te se mu amudi ball echi tese o video na esre areho asefem obetimi describe in so many words minim you as a football ono se obi beka mudi echiri amoni ewu mu uhu yin na to sempa
I will see it's an embarrassment but yeni ayi di football echi running commentary the Ghana Premier League echi for years so and sheda nye one because match fixing ever your league in the moment it's been years and you learn a chance na difference in say years back no na a match I fixed it that you push club be a relegation maybe just stay between the two clubs. For instance, the open set when you Ghana League get now enjoy a first round. In your first round, you near second round, I think. Ebo be 10 matches. You see, I can't. Ya can't want them and your neck for the answer. The Kaiser about match you down Suman. And there was a company outside. I need to research and give you the details. At the easy by say that match had been fixed ahead of time. I'm going to see the indeed he had a text message saying that match had been fixed and the score line was given. That text message that was circulating. And the Liberty match. And Bema police, and Bema Interpol. I would say, baby, no. Betting companies were forced to withdraw our league from their system because that bonus maybe share that any of any players Mrs. Yahu, the moon shed is in from Kukabet. Players now be crashing and coming to Oma because young man in Kosi, Kukabet, and we know because the player has come out to speak, it's not yet news. Much we are about this getting to the end. See, Kotokoni became United. Omomuko became an apano blue one, not school and the Omano. So a 2-1 against Kotoko, a 2-1, a Quebec, a 2-1, oh, and Pambam. Much is the free, I about this. But I will see, a idea requires a serious collaboration between the football administrators and the police. But you see, I will see I ready because I will see. I certainly see a journalist in France supposed to be on social media, which is even more dangerous than a 7-hour.
Which is?
I think for in Kumasi, I will see nobody say can go into our life. Ashanti Gold. Don't even try. Don't force us to speak. Nobody is clean. Not a single soul is. If that integrity officer has integrity, he will resign today. You bet in Germany and South Africa, we know the ladies you use. The journalists in Kumasi post on social media, sports journalists. Football administrators are deeply involved in this. Oh, I'm telling you, top football administrators in Ghana are deeply involved in this.
So, sa enyema ibia anasare mi ya ya ebeto odwa ni na no.
Oh, I will get intro. They are reality, but who controls them is the issue. If you are a league in the you a strong leadership, maybe a political leadership to be. They say league be and league football who answer in na. To see a league in the because in next season not so first round now and they are highly competitive. The second round as football bear 10 matches, you know, you want to wait a very apart from the betting syndication, clubs Nangatari, which we have a way of correlation to anyway but draw. Tana over the years next year, and I say betting never come on our failure. Because one, our players are not well paid. You see, Ubu Premier League, you 150 Ghana, 250 Ghana a month. Into a share, not a common season economy, and I said, a better being in the arranged. Go now, we are only fortunate that the player has come out to save us. And I would say, instead of delving deep into the issue, the cheapest way of investigating this issue is to punish the player. And who says, I'm a bed. Because some guys who come now to grab bed, a bit down, maybe about but I think that player will so a European player, national honor. Yeah, betting match. But I don't believe in betting. Or you're Muslim.
But is it really true? Near player and a kind of say, Nina conspiracy ni be but a true says no my betting and what said I share no.
Exactly. I see no more betting 5-1. If it goes 5 nearby, certainly getting to the end of the game, almost one to make the betting come through. I'm not sure that she goes just to score the bet. And that's why he's saying there, those within his team now almost support to betting. Post match, I'm born abaso. But we see, they would adopt the cheapest way of investigating this issue because they are punishing player and that's what will happen. We will mark it on the wall. When you're near ready to tackle the issue, no deep.
So it means that nobody should blame some Ghanaians say European Premier League, European various European leagues, you need the supporting a beam say that Ghana won't support to Ghana teams. And then you shouldn't blame us.
I will not at all. I disagree with people who say that. Some even go to the extent of blaming the media. They will pretty private media. And will be also the radio station or pay. I be a year competitive, I be a year interested. And to me, you are the Dr. Despite. Now, Dr. Despite said, EP and amount of anything more, also, or the station, you come once open your home scan. No, I got you and said, you call me a gun in the American League, I have fixed one. No. It's every year. There must be an effort to year. Not be answered on board at one. Room was not built in a day. But clearly, you're ready to league in your because there is a football association where you're responsible for its own league organizing and then managing the national team of Ghana on behalf of the people of Ghana. Ghana buying a bomuka. And think you percent a year league. Sponsor. Which is the best thing is to collaborate with government today. Especially where you're black star, you're university, it's about time we took a look at the league instead of black star. Okay, collaborate. And I keep on saying this. The FNB when you buy a collaborate, the black star bonus, you have to go from 10,000 to 2,000. That $25 million now being raised, they $4 million and $5 million every rally every year and setting parameters. The overall league is setting number of years. I am on 2 coins. Then setting minimum wage for the players. We are not giving the money to club owners to build houses and buy cars. And if you players make a right from source. You make here for say a league because once the league flourishes, it would have a ripple effect on our national team. But here is a country the FA is interested in building from the roof, Black Star. Ministry is interested in building from the roof, Black Star. No people Ghana Premier League, near 150 Ghana. You don't have contact to Azerbaijan and no Tika. And no Bobo Azerbaijan. What is the guarantee of Bobo Papa Benya? A positive effect on our national team. The question say, I'm trusting. I am giving a break. Let's see, I'm a Colombia.
Okay, so Mami Busebio mean say waka, but I just want for emphasis sake. Diana ebetimi aye. Ebetimi yi niama be saying, ebetimi ama bibi saying. At times, any okay embarrassment ni account, but medium fee say at time, baby a football akwa do it doesn't make football attractive. yemu bia ya yebehwe football as fans supporters ma football nya kono because say na ebinom ye no a nka ye nhwe football dia ne betimi aye ni aso saade we ano ye betimi ye fio
abazi ebi na me ka say ye to kreku ye campaign so be the GFA president kitche Ghana for say sponsorship or the buy a league a young president. But of course, you can't blame him. Sponsor being one of a person be associated with a product that is not attractive, that is controversial, that is linked to betting syndication. If you buy a sponsorship away in even commercials and to has a better sponsorship league by ever. Intermediate me few say as so many young trust me say the investment in the Black Stars for the past 40 years and fun for Sobiamre as against investing in the league, I could see what direct ripple effect on our economy. Young fan to Tony and said, Yang never buy it. As a way, a buyer, Mekokaya, Minister Bufu. As a people, over the years, they're spending on Black Star and young fast will be. This is an Olympic year. This is the league which is a league in the year. Odi Nansenya Kotokoni has because Bakuta chicken, Bakuta face. Look at the repercussion on the people of Ghana.
Nanke fise adia no kaye ya ni sao. Ye mu bi kra fise aye na ne hu na say dia ne say I
saw them win na near the organ boa rota.
Yeah.
Fabulous. It tells you say that you make a conscious effort near investing in the league. There were a lot of benefits. Political party be a manifesto, Utama, youth employment. And we see there were so many clubs in Ghana. If you verify from the GFA, greater account when your clubs bear 500. From Premier to Division 1 to Coast. Okay. Into the yearly year, the implication on the local economy, I could see you have no idea. Omo moton chitinga, omo moton pure water, omo moton sang. Inti, I don't know what say political party BNP, PNDC, a show manifesto say you create jobs for the youth by a bar. But rather, we are spending recklessly on the Black Star. I am very to me, the minute to Krikwa, after 2 years on the FAC now, all by also open sponsorship, I bring it. The minimum, I will sit down with government to say, it's about time we reduce spending on the Black Stars and invested in the league. And it's at $25 million now. Now, most of the so now buying. Yenankasa Avenue, the very should release the Black Star. There's a lot of evidence to prove. We say, and yes, can you get trophy? The year Nigeria Super Eagles reduced Black Star bonus. Sorry, Super Eagles bonus under Stephen Keshi. May so rest in peace. That was the very year Nigeria for the African Cup of Nations. That was an Africa in 2013. There are a lot of evidences to prove, and yet spending millions on your national team here, they can. And in Kamimini Ketokudia, I'll collaborate with the ministry. The Black Star bonus may attest from $10,000 to $2,000. However, that's the kind of year $5 million. Every year, the $4 million actually. We are not giving it to club owners. Say, Mundinam Fankosidam Fankotoka. I buy any ministry in class, you set minimum wage. You be Premier League man, when you below, for example, 1,000 Ghana. Oh, I could say, I do with you now. He deserves more than 1,000 Ghana. Who team no one for so. Now, government is paying the players direct into their account. Then government is so side of the bargain. He said, "Who making sure the players better than Hammer League now? You contract now no besano as an addendum to move and count. Premier League in 4 years, 3 years. I am out to buy. Quite apart from that, the minimum wage, a direct payment any day. I will see. Last year bonus in your success can be diverted into the league. Every year the $4 million and a $5 million nation. Young practice here they win for the next 3-4 years. Now I say league in engine players meaning they have responded the same. But unfortunately, for whatever reason, every now league in the production Black Star oriented. Ministry, Black Star, near Koshis Gano, near Besu, because at this stage, no sponsor, and for this huge money barbershop league, there are evidence to show say these things are going on. And we need a collaboration in the state cashew. Meanwhile, we team now what players in no body year. The young Muslim for so black star. League na able to say na kwesi. The Oko FA now ko show mu transfer system. Players if we can have go outside, you have no idea. But ask yourself, say, I don't know muka young Muslim for so. It is because league standard near so low. Say Ghana player to Kenya, no ko Niger, no ko Azerbaijan, no ko Singapore. Such a player, uncle perform me my own young Muslim for so national team. But those days na league in Yabapano. Except here be the players to Kenya or go straight to a premiership club elsewhere. So near Boa, who free Ghana, no go straight in broken in the Bundesliga. Into the performance, no baby for so on. But you say league now so much, say the number of players to Kenya, Kotoko Africa, Oko one and no Koto on the player man, another club, and no sooner in the Champions League in Europe. Ask yourself, a team like Kumasi and Kotoko. Kotoko this season now, it is because after going to Africa, I'm a top striker up to now until the season ended. Where no call you bare 5 months. Or she has 6 goals Edema Kotoko. Up till now, Kotoko played against me and beat that record. But one more top striker, they had to sell him for money. Do ball league, we are over now going to Champions League. I mean, I could see a year multifaceted problem. But unfortunately, the main actors, you know, the sports ministry and the FA, you know, they rather believe that blaster on now push dollar no kwa find the bang. You find in Uncle Blaster, you're gonna hear it's very sad.
Senior CK, oh my Ghana, Senior Chichino, to the beer, you can't, I say, you name the problem. Solution, you know, not to say, I high at Tihonuma, not the say, because Yenino, I so be our and Quande will be our sawum, will be our benefit to be on ya. And T na adiano, a man say, na benefit here, not the general thing, now outlook, Nankasana dear. Na yebasa, well, that's it, Kweku, on a pay.
Intimidate player need to go see him on a bus. Oh yeah, me see a Europe and Quebec phenomenon national and by Ghana they victimize. ABAC.
Baby, to me say goalkeeper Neja say me a sure say go say hey, wait Jimmy on one catch say bobo on fast.
Yeah. Better drink your province.
Me who's what 29 can is and I'm say hey, wait Jimmy on. Then I know. Got a board.
I could see you who say you will end up victimizing the player. ABSU. Till I stated, the under 20 man. And a one player, Nayati Babu, the coach charging him bribe. And he was ready to prove that indeed coach charging him bribe. Because see, that player has been ostracized from the national team since then. National team. Instead of getting to the bottom of the issue.
Yeah. Nanjan bia na kosi blaster Sulimunta nya asutro ni niema ebubu mu an say sao.
Instead of saying because play or preventing a betting syndication and one of us, you would rather be victimized because it is the cheapest way out.
Okay, that's your opinion, shopper. Thank you about our sports desk now. Watching in Canada, need 100.9 Ghana MONTIE so and was you agree? Yadasu gusu edin komo yesem. I hold and a year afofida, but what I'm saying, Juma. Okay, so Socrates sending me back. Well, see what Dan is saying is the truth and way forward. I've been a footballer, and I know this simple. I know this simple, nothing more and nothing less. It should be 5 to 6 year contract to play here in Ghana before you go outside. Well, I didn't train no, and there are still some more comment about Wahano saying Osemi Kerjekum, NPP chairman Kabul, Afghanistan says what wrong has Kweku Ajmamenu done? It's Akando and his NDC who wrote to the Sheikh to provoke him to cancel the contract. NDC is diabolic to Ghana's progress. Osemi Kerjekum with that one. Now, to this one that says, Akwesi, don't you know there's a tax, gift tax under the Ghana taxation law? I didn't say that, and I've not indicated to you that I didn't know that. I don't know why you sent that particular one. Enoch Asaman Kese says, Akwesi, I'm not surprised about what the health minister said, because this NPP government has taken advantage of this COVID-19 and to dupe the nation. if we are to be honest, how much did the ordinary Ghanaian benefited from all these huge monies that was borrowed because of the COVID pandemic? Asaman Casino, the buyer. With reference to the $1 million dummy check presented to some crunchy Ankra's daughter, I could remember my daughter and his husband were giving a verbal presentation of one Toyota Corolla to the couple to grace the occasion. That's Romeo Ateshi. Your point, no. Why does Kopinamafo always want to take breath for people and explain their issues? What did he mean by GRA? Mwaji Mweniso. Also tell him that the word dummy and not damning. You see, so the Reverend Sam Kwanchiankra is also telling Ghanaians that a lot of the show-offs we see in the church are also fake. Onela Ponsan ewo Amsterdam no di enu efi Dubai. Wafake New Plant Station Circle says, Kwesi, please tell Mensa Thompson she go and collect our money from Lodina Mahama and stop this NDC propaganda. The health minister is okay. I think I've done that one, so I will leave and Sheikh our Achim of Snasi says, Kwesi, quote of the day: change does not roll in on the wheels of inevitability, but comes through continuous struggle. Hashtag build Osnasi Secondary School now. Osnasi deserve better. Shaker Osnasi Pacho Osnasi School. The moment more DNC ma shaker na debi or the message ba kahwa se Ministerial penifo monhwe na mundi hujuma osi school ya shasiesi school Osnasi besi ne Osnasi nso de ese miami krom ti Ministerial 9:16 is the time. Don't do ne yema musu kwabra
yo
room
Abusuafo Ghanaian Times the back at a fet so etunwotwe and what I say asojafo yasu omo fani peduma na enipa kura wo mu expect ya 1,000 pe na 1,000 no kura wo mu aso ne so enti work no am so mo aton forms ne ade anti obi a wa wuto obi ekona kwaye medical exams na wo mu se wo mu ba sha ase kura no pa no nso of a kwesi 4, 3, 5. Now, woman kobodom pim Now, according to commanding officer, Emma 5th Infantry Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Pence Tando, was ebra wakodru wanomono. Ay, any penny. Asat ebikura ba 3. Ebi ba 4, ebi drew 5. Adia no so 7 o'clock no mu be start here. Ena emrantia ne mabawa, ebi a senior high school graduate, ebi a degree holders, ebi a diploma holders. En woma kwa bodompim, awo park one mu say, at sample and one ya. But was say, womu ebo mu modern coronavirus safety protocols no, womu di gwakwem. Na watire mu a se nipa yi wo ka se wo de eda no ba akopɛ de yes screen no a wuntumi enti wo mu betimu a kwakosi Saturday because enipa no dɔɔso wo mu dɔɔso pa enti ene da ene Tuesday watena Wednesday Thursday Friday wo mu de be kwakosi Saturday because wo mu ka se womu de na kakre na ya dabi womu ntumi enipa no dɔɔso pa na watire mu a soja juma na you very attractive ama nipa bebre no ayi womu akono enti anya nwanwa se enipa bebre etu America ba se womu peso womu be ya sojafo enti ne kwan so ano no soja juma wo a wo se uniform endi kan kra be din kan se ina no wo se ina black bi no ebi nso akrom de ne green we say in the green no na wase a down a trousers no wase wompaboa no wenezi kama ansa no wase top na guso uwi a wase wote na wodi atuo no abɔ kokoso kekra sei na wasare to king na wona wokro no enti soja adwuma ne adwuma bi a ɛdɛ paa ɛno ɛna ka bi a atrate nipa bebree ɛma wɔn akɔbɔ dɔmpem ɛwɔ park no so enti papa so ɔpa wɔn aso ɛnyɛ wɔn anum dɛ yie mu a sɛdeɛ nansɛn soja adwuma no esi ayɛ very attractive ɛti nipa bebree bɛn no ɛna ama nipa no ayɛ bebree saa nti wɔn bɛkɔ so a ayɛ vetting efiri ɛnra ɛnɛ ɔtena n'akyi saa kosi Saturday sans wɔn ka sɛ wɔn de nna kakra na ɛyɛ deɛ ɛnyɛ adeɛ a wɔn bɛtumi sans nipa no ɛdɔɔso.
Enti nipa no dɔɔso ho.
Overkwesi.
Ghanaian Times mi kyerɛ nipa dodoɔ no numbers no.
Overkwesi nipa no wontumi nka wɔn o. Dabi wontumi.
Na ɛno na ɛyɛ a former chief of defence staff. Brigadier General retired Joseph Nunu Mensah. But na no atumi sɛ jobless and hungry youth merely seeking army jobs dangerous. Just as I say mabunu no akom any adwuma a any honum say. And you almost person am koye army officers not because e bia omo ankasa no adwuma no na e bia o manage so person am ye by come any adwuma a any hontia. Na eno so say is dangerous.
Yeah. Because according to us omo kromo senka omo expecting nipa they were expecting nipa by 1,000 but ajinsem nipa eko enra enne otena edibekọ akosi Saturday of akosi wan sha okeka bomu a ubekeka akobe 10,000 ni nipa no doso pa ni nyina so wo motor forms
I see
wo motor forms no na wotre se soja adwuma no ankasa ye adwuma bi a ya akono adwuma pa
okay
especially the uko peacekeeping.
Okay. Mami nko amano so na yeni Brigadier General retired Joseph Nunu Mensah, a former chief of defence staff. Yenunu ni enkomo anope. Eja da se anope mu akwa baba ni TFM so.
Ese be da se, da empom to say.
Boko na so e.
Na mo ye, be da se.
Right, so Ghanaian Times the bokrate asmo dia baba to just say and Ghana Armed Forces yes so mo ye recruitment kohwe edom mabunu a wo ma sunlight tin na no ni akenkan ba ko hanum say wo kasa wo ho na say jobless and hungry youth merely seeking army jobs dangerous they say come any adwuma any honum saying mabunu no any ye eno nti na omko akope army aye eno so akoba ne sa ehu dangerous but just na kan no a nchechemu ne sen pa
over joining army 1960 from school. In your grade 1, the school, we were secondary school in the teachers, but I got grade 1, would have taken me all the way to academic ID, professorship. And I went to the army. Yes, I come and enemy. In fact, if I pay a child, you put a man by name W.W. Salibras from the Ghana Military Academy, I shall say, 1960. Came to convince that the army was a good career. In those days, so rather than going to sixth form and becoming a professor at some stage in life, I chose the army. But it was a wonderful career. No comedy, no kwami. When you do my no kwami. What's the mechanism?
But Obi Beka said, based on what? Dear Nina, so dear Tina Mao Canisano. Couldn't he be say yes?
10,000. Oh, Tiana would need 10,000 for a soldier. Juma. You don't come work with the soldier. When I'm come, the warfare Ghana Queen, a car, young men. I did only one level and got to chief of defense staff. Most unusual. From a very primitive background. Father fisherman, mother selling plantain. Nobody ever went to school in my family, and yet I was able to rise under my own scheme. Went to Britain, Sandhurst, taught my class in Sandhurst, and came back. Now, they are going because there's no other job for them to do in Ghana today. You tell me, what job is there? Give me any work. You say young men, I'm going to university, I'm back. I'm fought by the roadside, I'm going to SHS, I'm going to basa. You're going to be anywhere. So they are coming to the military, not because it's a wonderful job, because they have nothing to do, nothing better to do. I'll make my and I'm saying that you don't get the right people to join the military. But you get this crowd. Oh yeah, I go MPP And now we if I say we in this near when you be a now like I did, Papa fisherman, I don't remember soldier. So you're not getting the right people. You're not getting the right people. Look at what happened in Nigeria and saying a good soldier train will never do a thing like this. You have a little job. Go and disperse a crowd and shoot at them. You see, we are not getting the right people to enlist in the military. The same as with the police. Political interference at DOS, we need the right people. In the time, because you know, it was wonderful.
Now, paint a picture no. Senya said, "Am I dangerous?" Say, "A mabunu bebre saying, be over 10,000 ye be omuni na so." Yeah, ye be a ye hunia wokano. How does he make it dangerous?
You know what happened in Wa? What happened in Wa not long ago? What happened there? So you know what? Even a mobile phone. You went on a rampage with the police. Is that what the army should do? The army is there to protect the people against external aggression, not to turn on the people and shoot them and kill them. That's what the army was trained to do. I wasn't trained to do that. I was trained to shoot, to kill, to protect Ghana from external aggression. Until you are possible, you are going to do it. And I'm also soldiers for any rubbish work on my year. Come on, I'm going to condone you. And can also get it back, I was looking it back. No one said, Obama, and about your political, as I said, by a balance, your friends, a few years ago. Look what happened there. So we need to cleanse the security force. We need to clean them up. As soon as it so back. I mean, during the election 2008, late President Rawlings, a quarter time, quite last a voting. Then you had a cover of two vehicles. You were following I and the late Usansa, maybe man, you're winning. Then somebody who thought he was politically APP was passing or part of the orange home. Where the soldier on the finger at you, let the soldier be. I know your condo. So you need back to that summer. Then the Basaban and Basa, and your condo. Let's clear it up. Yamma, when the forum we either the police or the military, the power to clean up and to enlist, not with the political ABP, the Nipaba, the Nipaba. Yeah, Papa, I say, man.
Tiempe nyuma and mabunu no movie square so mutimi nyuma ye.
You've got to create jobs. Look, Ghana is going to have a big problem. What happened in South Africa last week? Overpower. Black people, overpower. It's terrible. Youth are frustrated, not only there, but here too. We are doing now, as a parliamentary votes got parliamentarians. You can get a loan to buy a car, not to spend, not to invest in the future of our youth. What do you think they will do?
Asa buy no, because so ye dear NAPCO, any other avenues.
They are making, they are doing nothing.
Sir.
Who are Ghana? And I win again. I don't know what I will share. Anyway, I swear God, you do my light. 2 days ago, and you do my light. How much for defense staff? It's so fun. It's me who say do my light, and I'm sitting down without light as I speak to you. What is more important? Go to buy cars or making sure people are comfortable, their basic needs of food, shelter, and work. How many boy? I'm not blind. What is that fair? You know it's fair. What's happening? Do what's happening there.
That's what then is you.
The Bubu Dani Gufum. You say Bubu Gufum. When you say Bubu Dan. Are you aware?
Mpacho Bubu Dian.
You say yes or no, say, are you aware?
Yes, I know.
Bubu Gufum. For what? Why are they breaking it down? When people come to power, if as if Ghana has been captured, it's a captured. You are in power to serve the people, not to serve your own interests. People are now desperate. Youth are desperate. They are begging you everywhere. Everywhere the people are begging you. I'm getting phone calls from my.
But these are necessarily a new thing. Are you saying say be a buying by maybe a
No. It's been with us since over 12 coming, Kuma. Kuma stand you was ascending. It's industries, businesses. You're saying now. Black salary, where's Black salary? Where's Ghana Airways? The good now. In the Ghana looks a very poor spectacle of our former self. So let's be honest with ourselves and say, we are not doing well at all. If at this time, 64 years of independence, in Tunusakania, you are progressed. How the hell are we progressed? I've been around the world, both the rich countries, Canada, Britain, America, been to India 1 year, I've been to also Russia and the Khrushchev. We are not doing well. So let's sit up and build otherwise, the way we are teaching the youth, come back here.
Okay, all right.
They go and queue at the Airways Stadium. In the sun, what do you say, baby? What do you mean? Out of money, bought the forms. Yeah, for them. And they are desperate. So our politicians must sit up and wake up and attend to their needs. Otherwise, one day, come back here.
Okay. Brigadier General, let me show you.
Thank you. God bless you.
Right, former Chief of Defense Staff, Brigadier General Joseph Nunu Mensah, pay need 100.9 Ghana MONTIE so and wasu egoye and chebe farm course so dwumedie so anapay na ene afo fida yetimi amai muso na yansu akodi holiday ni bitisenia mo fia modi holiday 9:30 and abo anapay ewo ye dwumedie so need 100.9 we streaming live on Facebook as well. Betimi sign etie na wahwe eye dwumedie no bi bra ekosu anapay
Ghana Montie na mansanya so adawro kofia man homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo need 100.9 FM.
The wedding of my daughter, a presentation was made with a dummy check, a huge one with a huge amount of money, $1 million US. And it was presented by my daughter's friends in a group called Second Generation, popularly known as 2G. The second generation are a group of youth, young professionals. They've just finished school, they've just started working, and they belong to the second generation, the 2G group of women who are under Royal Ladies Ministry here in Royal House Chapel. They presented the dummy check of $1 million to their friend. I think during the presentation I had even gone home because I was tired. These young people, if you follow them, you could break down. Unfortunately, some people did not catch the idea of the presentation. They thought it was real money that was presented. And then quickly, they turned the headlines. Some Crunchanka gives to his daughter who got wedded $1 million US, and the thing went boom, viral. I thank God that they are prophesying that one day I'll give to my children millions of dollars. I bless God. Let's give God. Sometimes when you hear people saying these things, you need to have information and you need to know what to say and you need to answer them because here there is transparency and there's nothing we hide. So the check was a faith check, not real check. Faith. Faith. These young people are saying one day they believe God that on occasions like this they will be able to present a check of $1 million US. That's the statement that they are making. So as I stand here right now, I am being very careful how to choose my words, because number one, I do not, as a father and as a prophet, I do not want to cancel the faith, the zeal, the enthusiasm of those young people to say that they were joking or it was for fun. If you notice, I've never used the word fun. I've never used the word fake. I've never used the word joke. Because what they may be joking about, what you think is fun today, will become a reality tomorrow. Can I hear somebody give me a shout of an amen?
Amen. 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 Yeah, where the Mecca, Minini, Nyaminipa, Apostle General, can we no credit? I mean, I'm just being blunt. I don't believe in the story, no. So story ni nyina said, yeah, July need that to so do Apostle General Sam Kranchiankra ne ba wade ye no and emabunu no bi call presente achede so match na de $1 million into omo ye dummy check. Un say normally no say ye bibisa obedwemu a check de un say check ya ye de ko bank ye ketekete nti eno eba ne say amanfo ntimi hu nti omo ye no picture no kase na bi edu gina honum say nti kakra nti omo ye $1 million omo de ache ye na dromo omo de ache no ono na no owade ye Reverend Sam Kranchiankra Royal House ne ba omo de ache no ama obia boje so omo age fans mabunu wo maya ade nyame hia mo se motimi akeka mo nsase na mo amanya $1 million na mo nua ba wade na mo de ama no nyame hia mo omo age nhira omo age fans no kama Ghana for mo ti Instagram mo a omo di areho because omo wade pin kura omo anya bi ya nche omo hwe in fact na wade no one person akura obi anche mabunu omo asode ho mentimi angigi bi ene behwe ebi ni kura ja asode because obi be fa sade obi fa hu ja asode because Reverend Sam Kranchiankra hwe na asode womo ko hwe sa ne bai wade $1 million asode makọ masuma asode asuma so for asuma me na me ko fufuo na me yesen ene me wade a pi kra asode ntimi ama me nko me ko Royal House na Ghana Revenue Authority for any omoti omai mu hanum sei womo na ba toa e wo Ghana hanum sei a womo no mjiji tankofo na nse nse no mosi aka omo nye omo ye I mean me just omo nye wo kwan bi so say ohinte du echi omo say omo tie radio omo hwe ni akoso wo social media be bia omo hanum sei so omo ne anete Ghana Revenue Authority for adwumafo e na mra no so ama omo kwan sa na omo adwuma ne te enti anu de ontimi mfa so bo bia mfa mo omo enti womo so omo te sa na omo say oh sika be fie Ghana hanum say mra nhihye wo honum say so obi cha wade a utimi tua hoto enya atede bia atede so bi sisa sei no de say utimi tua hoto $1 million okay gift tax unim na wo sa atede befu na man for dem mo de enti afi na akoi monya oma bapa biche ma atede sa befu na makọ declare Ghana Revenue Authority for timesi we achem say we de maba monte mo de na me de no mo fa ma me o Ghana for so back Ghana Revenue Authority aba catch so ya chena ade oh we am fan tete eni emojem chia Ghana ni ko yes akra e banchi makoto body account na dia wo fufu Ghana ni e wo Ghana ha onya sa enti Ghana Revenue Authority for say $1 million abefi no msi o chale eni oman yenye sika na ekufu ado ene Dr. Bamia ebenye sika kakra de ebu oman akwan ya enye $1 million yi ye tie de na ye de be kofutuo mi betim de aya akwan ene o ma twro krata ene o de akwakoma na adromo Kranchiankra ne ba no o ma twro krata de akwakoma no krata na no pesi akenkan defi no aba be kan sa de amintimi nkan bi o fa che mi we de eni de mu a we akenkan enu tina say o sha se uti program nintem but in sema Ghana Revenue Authority for krata mu nyina ne say omo si afiade ye be omo hia na adromo omra office sa $1 million no omra mo mpene tintin empeno eyibia omo ntenase $1 million about account atede tax no so no gift tax ho tenase yentie de jode obia mfa ne chefa ni apesa de ne na dromo ni amopesa mo de na mo de akwakoye na se krata ko ya pe minim se ne papa nyantia tinano ni papa gina sorry dem na me board ni ma mo no Reverend Sam Kranchiankra gina sorry dem mo di matem na mo kase bi asif se maso me de na same story kra na onim me na me kan kire no atibi ene adwuma no saa pepepe na tie me adwuma no a fourth estate of the realm ti me bo ho amane enti reverend na sorry dem no kan kire sorry man say oh na no me be wade ye na emabunu a mo asodi yebem se from 2G asede yen omo bom ho modern pa eno omo si o mu nua awade na omo ye show kakra enti show yi eno omo kofa se omo ache no $1 million ade omo ya agigi omani keke omo di gigi omani nya se bia we no kure se omo atiti sika $1 million no kofa $1 million we enkoda ye no mu nya adwuma ye ni brigadier general edi nkomo ehu ohwe Airwax Stadium soja fo ka so omo ba be fa amanfo soja mu yi ohwe mabuni se de omo bu fa so no nti brigadier general kan no pay se adwuma ene ekom na omo di ejina ewa konum se enye se soja adwuma na no mani ji so mbe so omo ye soja o da bi mana ka jo so mbe so omo ye soja akono but enye so omo pese omo ye enye anu ntia kom ani bre ene adwuma ani ho na mebu na wo ni adwuma ne ekom de omo timsi de nya $1 million enti enya no kura se mebunu $1 million omo de amana ba no show kaka agro no mudi na kura mpo no ba honhom ni sunsumu nsem a because omo ye kristofo no omo de omo ogidie se saade na omo ye no debi urade betumi ahye ne ho anonyam $1 million ebi obi di ba beche ba na ye kase de obi ama meche $1 million in fact omo ni $1 million omo ni da mampo omo ni gele tugumi so omo boa hwi ni kwatayem na muso muti asode dem na mu yesen a kristofo a mu twantro kristofo a mu dada manfo eye kristofo ya wiasefo na nke betimi adada manfo muti asode dem mu dada manfo se Tesentenya Ghana Revenue Authority fu a mu de ebirimi eni so mu de dada manfo kristofo Apostle General can say be can say it all due respect we can say wona be can say asem we
Yenetuma som kron yenetum nam framemo yenetuma som kron yen esa wanwa juma no ye o nyame wanwa ni e te wuti ni dia wo be yen sentrene awanwa juma no ye o nyame wanwa ni e te wuti ni dia wo be yen sentrene oba kwesi sa wuti awrade dia awanwa juma ne sentrene ne bedi wati obi check ya weninda ene urade nam ne tumi ne na wanwa kwan ode be ma
nti we betumi aye adwuma wo
ofa kwasi e betumi se nipa no a wo kire letter no wono so ya reverend you amisa dai ai wonso ya reverend ti asem aye ken wono so ya nyame nipa no wote ase ya enti wokwa wokase ye gidie check ya o ma ne nkasa kura obema na ko because wono woye sofo
enti $1 million ni betimi aba
se eya rade pa ebrepem no rade betumi ama enti eya gidie check eya faith check o ka spell e
faith
yeah FAITH faith check
enye fake
debi oso mpese obeka say ye fake anaso mpese obeka say ye joke overkwesi so obi ka say receive 100,000 Ghana cedis here now the tidia ka say I receive it this morning me kwabena I receive 100,000 Ghana cedis I receive it
now ka say ana ye ejuma ene sen ka be receive sa betena hanum sen be ye receive na say u kan na aba enu ntina dien gidie
GDA. I won't say check no. Omo de maye. Omo de GDA Gina so say. A time will come. Ubenya says.
$1 million.
So far, do my bill and a radia dumno. A radia be an antonym.
The $1 million in Beba.
Me tete. A radi amma software. A gene. One man of smartness. One man of aduma teddy prayers. And pie ball on a gift. Dons. A junior would to me and the danda. Oh. Radia shra papa.
GDA.
Yeah. GDA check. So what they are now when you
mean
GDA check.
Do not lie, you do not fool. What is that for you to do? He doesn't exist, oh. Cause he can never resist, oh. You do not lie, you do not fool. What is that for you to do? He doesn't exist, oh. Cause he can never resist, oh. According to your knowledge and your will for me, what you say you have done, I just need to underline, no. Because you are not a man that changes your mind, oh. Doesn't know you and trust in you. Nothing else isn't sharing your hurt. By the love of flesh, no man can prevail. No man, no man, no man, no man. My confidence is you. What is that? What is that for you? Can never resist, oh. You do not lie.
Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie.
Utie oha extra punk no. Needs FM.
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think specialized. Special Ice Natural Mineral Water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Efiora, me mwachi o Efiora. Yes on.
Machi o Efiora. Efiora mechi awon yeso.
Hey, Ewura, enfase ma mesu. Wati? E ba force search ya me. Mo yem no.
Won so pepe.
Hey, oh, wafi, we dia me pese oni Efiora bekon. Efiora we dia ye kwa sori abo. Ewura de. Mo kwa sori. Ye papa ye. Ewura de kasoro ho a. Wati? E be se wo ba hwa wa kraba kumpo wunya. Onipa da sane timi koto this way chocolate drink. No ne yire ne mma edi nsuohie twabia nom anopa. No wi a wasade bia hye fridge mu. Wo mako school pon a wasan ba be yia nom. Enu mpore se ne nka ne twaso mu pa ende ye rekore. Na fie wura beti ha. Anopa dio, ewia dio, enumre dia mo no makodew. Mo mame. Na mu wi a ma sora akotra so ndem se ye kosum ya.
Bese na dia ya late nso miyanki kabinje Efiora ye wi a yakosere bot pate. Ke Efiora, wuti fia se light bill no water bill ba wuntua bi. Wo boa se sika na fa koto this way chocolate drink. Na ba nom.
Ta hwe me catch you play fa. Say this way chocolate drink no. Metumi ato bi pa na so na me so mo ahwe wate. E de me hia ne nsuohie. Na nsuohie so me ntoi. Se me bufu a betumi ato bag mu a wate. Yeah, Efiora, we nko ade ma abunfu. Me koto mi.
Efiora fi de ya bre ma abunfu bi.
Munyam sumponie. Munyam sumponie. Na mo ba ya trimodefo.
FDA ahwe se adwede nkratoe mo agye atum se eye.
Utie oha extra punk no. Needs FM.
Adawroko fiaman homene so ejiji tonton sansan e wo need 100.9 FM.
Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie, Ghana Montie.
Oh, there's some papa. Kasia bo. Kowaka temunsa. Amaya se.
onye yimu no cretrodo kama dine bo nitafe mama yentie kosi aboagye 100.9
kwesi bonkwe.
Well, yanko enim yanto aso enche senam di kan e be fa course but come before I be with the bonkrata no aba be wi aman no na ba kwa be hu social media so enim so eni ahye so a once Ghana Police Service wo mo social media handles into account, in fact account into Facebook nso mo bi ho no say na say omo dey assembly to ho na obi kokotro comment na Ghana Police Force be yi ano na Ghana Police Service for anu yi no oni pa kwa handle Ghana Police Service for account no nye radio so ameka so fucking pa baby there's will be better comment na comment no back na some back on trend Junior GH and no akọ Ghana Police Service for my Facebook account no akọ comment no say okay but when are you recruitment for 2021 okay but when are you recruitment for 2021 then a Junior GH for you na Ghana Police Service for by number reply umu yano the Ghana Police Service was a Junior GH. We will advertise for all qualified Ghanaians who are interested to apply. The English language will be a key recruitment for all categories of entry. My name is Awotiasia. I say Junior GH. We will advertise for all qualified Ghanaians who are interested to apply. The English language will be a key recruitment for all categories of entry. So what it is, say, Junior GH Brofno Train, Utinye. Inti Ghana Police Service for you, no see. So I know Bisa say, Inti Dabe, in fact, Nasem no Sem, Ushasim Bisana. Officer Bisa say, when will you recruit? Or when is your recruitment for 2021 coming on? Mobile phone. And a Ghana Police Service for you, no akachen so. Yababa who they will be will qualify we interest Ghana ni bi opese bi oba be police ni. Na mom brofokasa ohwe ebeye adititru ana ade no baako a ye betina so ye de befa obi bia opese enti so akira se obrofo nye obrofo nye na abetworo bofo enti o akira se obrofo no kra nya no kra ni mean say you disqualify Ghana Police Service for no. And I'm here, I'm saying, Ghana Police Service for Sana Motier. I'm all the idea to us here, comment TV. As I said, most more to be man. I'm saying, the young boy, Bill. Hey, I'm saying, so who manages that account? Or here I say, I'm here, you know, if you're a brofo Basabi, you're brofo Tantan be a watcher. And I was share that pan or transin as well. I say, okay, me you are no. And check. Obeti enka say ebo hu de wuro so okay Ghana Police Service biem wo apese obe police bia ba say obrofo nya Abra
overkwesi
enko ye na wie de bonkrata
overkwesi graphic page 11
okay
Ghana Health Service and ebo amane say every year a free 2016 at the back 2020 overkwesi shannon so a free 2016 the back 2020 afibia nkwada enyem ya 100,000 teenage pregnancy aye 100,000 into 100,000 times 4 from 16 to 20 16 17 18 19 25 no over 500,000 teenage pregnant na wase anhye ye ya said that ya anhye ye ya yenya ema omudina wo mu nan so enti ebia ye ya Miss Ghana ye ya Miss Malaika ye ya de keka ho na okase ema no a wo madi be ye se 20 ekopim 30 no emra ansa obi abeba na ne ba hye yenya ema omudina so oso not said the end womanam one san say generation no a eba no ebi wu at the age of 10 12 13 14 15 enti overkwesi water say so wa mind no anya careful ye benya teenage pregnancy nkwanti ufa emaya ni gyina wa te edu a ebia ba ko pe ne betumi afam atra adolescent ya wanyinsan enkaifo ni nyina bekanti e be kakra no ye benya bon 1 bon 2 bon 3 bebre na wamu nya bonso no e be ya baako bi pe ne bedidem enti overkwesi wa mind no and taking it serious. Now, child protection officer and a consultant Emma UNICEF message there is odame. Ono kura chiremwa ha jene nanki ya ka adolescent ya eye 5010 adequacy 19 said the United Nations and say atie no. Ba sisi ayi die anse be ya kakra ne ye nya nkwada omu enduru samfie no a wonyem ye. Because 100,000 every year. Enti ya senya miyenim anyem nkwada ekeka kobe se 500,000 ewa 5 years pe. Na wo wie no wadi efutuo ma mpanimfo no nso se aya yemfa ye tipen. Yemfa ye tipen. Nkwada yi wo tukura uba eya tem. Ba penny ubo penny to atikum nte enyini ahoɔden wɔ mu ahomeka wɔ mu odan keten ni tirim kura wɔ nunum ye oba kura ne nsa te sɛ nanum wɔ di tɔfe na mpanimfoɔ atie sinkwada yi to sɛ ka dada de de batere mu no na spark ye enti nkwada no wɔkaso nkwada no wɔkaso enti mpanimfoɔ no aya mum yam fam mpanimfoɔ no 30 ade 35 40 50 krampa ye ecosystem ni nyina ye ni yenja nkwada no wo munyini na konkwanti ba de ne nam ya na eden
right so nieri beje chiefo kwara na master siaje course anope e odwumedie so na idiom kwan ye Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly KMA edikrata bi edi aba sanso na ye tech KNUST in pain form so the krata bi edi aba to eja na krata no KMA die no say COVID-19 pandemic in Kumasi Metropolis. So the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, KMA, and Metropolitan Health Directorate and the Public Health Emergency Committee wishes to bring to the notice of the general public that the deadly COVID-19 pandemic is still with us in the Kumasi Metropolis. And Koye. The new cases of the Delta variant in the metropolis were detected soon after the Christmas festivities in December 2020. From 1st July to 13th July 2021, health facilities within the metropolis have recorded over 200 infection cases, with 10 mortalities occurring at different treatment centers within the metropolis. The upsurge of the new cases in the metropolis have been mainly attributed to the general disregard for the COVID-19 safety protocols, funerals, parties, and other social gatherings. The general public, is therefore entreated to, as a matter of urgency, continue to adhere to all the COVID-19 safety protocols. That is wearing of face mask in public places, washing of hands with soap and running water, avoiding handshaking and social distancing. Accordingly, operators of lorry stations, transport, market, and other public and private entities are to ensure that these safety protocols are enforced within their jurisdictions. The mass media is also encouraged to intensify the education and sensitization of the deadly virus and its safety protocols in the metropolis. KMB, Barbara?
See, simple. Abusiafo ekemefo na womude ababa today. Womute se ebra yedi ayi bronya ni wie ya yede ba no ano. Wo se COVID-19 no asan apeja no homene so pa ya ekosoro a. Enu nti womosre protocols wa hodo ni nyina no yendi so pepepe emfamesan se unkwa ho hia. COVID-19 ewo bantem wo no mpanimfo Obama ne say apagya kosoro enti obia anya hye
se make ase ba ko so fie ye Kumasi hokro na Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Somebody back about to upsurge of COVID-19 on campus. I'm directed to inform college registrars / deputy registrars to ensure strict adherence to COVID-19 health safety protocols at the various college and sections. Now, there's an astronomical upsurge in the spread of the COVID-19 on KNUST campus. Consequently, all Veronica buckets are to be filled and used constantly. Also, hand sanitizers, wearing of nose mask are to be strictly enforced. If Deputy Registrar General Administration for KNUST Daniel Kumi Jan.
Yo, the atosumi no akwesi kan ye no nso KNUST na woman so eba maniametia Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology wase yasame same kantre mu nyina se college registrar na deputy registrars nya se monsa se COVID-19 safety protocols no obia bedi so esanse wo mahu se yade no apagya no homene so pa titiri ewo campus wanti Veronica bucket ni nyina monsa se no amama and hand sanitizers will be answering nose mask kama enforcement ya would win no woman this way say COVID-19 no assign a pattern of women a deputy registrar general administration Daniel Kumitan and Nensa a secretary yasia what dear Piabonte.
Well, so Yababe Fakos and pay what you so I'm sure you know the lines Munim Dada Bako and a Juma 0302243540 between our friend now do I drink shady about my main kind comment in the now Mystic Wonder in Soma Dreji says Kwesi this NPP government is inept and corrupt. Manado and Dr. Bamia is in a state of confusion and have failed Ghanaians woefully. Mystic Wonder and Odi and Eddie Ebaye and this one and says always problems. Politics will destroy our country one day. Let us all come together and build our country, Ghana. That is Amweni Fita was Aman Kesi and Odiano Ebai. Now, Mr. Nunu Mensa Kasa, Kasa too much. Tell us what job have you ever created for Ghanaians? Boating, Denmark, and Odifi, and Odi Ebai. Kwesi, maybe they will give now drum of money. But it's not up to $1 million. So I believe Nungwa and also Edibaye. Need 100 points now. Ghana Montie Suni. Well, first I try you know so Eddie Mamo. My main factors nibi anope. Hello. Hey.
Darling boy.
Nana to say.
I got him too can I
Sure.
Sale we am day. Maybe this will be going have fun and come up you.
Sir.
University no. When they say ba kono to man peneda roma. Ba kono attack when medical. And our first bonus so legon also because or level tenders. What diploma you say what a degree. And this will remember from come home.
Media na ka me hwe nim kra se me nyonko alaji ene me nua kuma salamat painto na chese omo na o se mu fo na nkoma ba ba mi show omo na me hwe ni
Kentika crowd, back and take home and have you. And the one face of her said, Chinamet to me at 12. Anyway, I got see. I'm talking a mouthful. Nakupo Shraupa. Now the next person too. No man could trade minister. Recently, I'm saying a buy. Pencil. Now, I see who free of pencil. Now, do an amount. Now, we'll call samples. So, couldn't say one this way, one factor back. Kushawa and chef. You ever produce cement? A gunner for a select can you say no good or Mampenini? Also, you know, this was the Ponty Kodetra Matain. A Jumano, a back next year, the book. You see the boss, so I'm saying, Mr. Mano. The could also was yes, or Budu, also a cotton, guilty, and I'm saying, Mr. Mobia. Because Jerry, I'm second them. They come up with say, me, I'm to my register or more you need. I do not come never find you. No, how my friend here. America, 100 million. This is 100 million. That's matter. We continue my Me kifia me su me di moto na nam no me 200 million. For what reason? Was the answer? No answer say. Omunye study mo mo. Obi nka se omunye tuo. Ba se omuti da sebra no mo makra so. Se me ntwele temra na me se ntwele temra no me temra no ntwele tede abrɛwo. Se me nya adwuma nye. Na do hu se me nya adwuma nye. Ana lawyer me bona baso. Nipa no so ogyina no utimi u onim kumpia ye kogyawo onya abotre chief justice so de nyema egu akwan so a nhwemu guso ekoso na tinkyere twan a odi bai ye na Ghana for party e so hwe nyema mampani de egu akwan mu a medical ka factory a mampani ni kojo chiramatin guso a ye bie and the dollar to stabilize electricity e jane na so Ibrahim the testament Mr. Ghana mine that a cover buy when also this way say across the country standard detachment is why yen nada emrantem na 20 amount for who wo die kunkunta o person mo say economy no o me jagu yen nya o mo die to na o man Ghana ya sum nyu yi
okay
it will be nya akoma o twa hu yen fa to mo anyachi
that's it. Mami Fanny, do you want to say hello?
Wafa be dada.
Yeah. What I say?
Bra, akwesi ABOAGYR, the darling boy.
Yes, sir. Upon where?
Came on patrol to say.
No, yeah.
Adum me where pa. Me de yanko po ansi ma ukrane wa ho de wa.
To pachi ntio.
Bra, yes sir, to pachi maso mo taifa. And o masi taifa krunti hini. And give me a krunti hini wa taifa. That was it. Wabajuma holiday edition. Come up a koye. I'm a fakwina when I'm in Alhaji Habib. Papa Ikaswano Butu. Alhaji Ayade. Alhaji Minyan Wonka. And they sala kesie. Minimini eko Alhaji Wamentonka. I'm a fakwina chia chairman of Swampo for chairman. Unka so Michao Bavia. And a chairman Joe Ashama. Michao. That was winning bibi. Maminda ye papa. General Brigadier Metronuluase. Wakasa. Unim, here the common ibri. Eko di soja, obi tisemi. Meko apply ni family. Ra common dimeno. Mebo boss to throw a yase rough. Beji phone. Medi soja tade beji phone rough. Mi senti ni saying. Epe papen pana. Sa emebuni. Omudi tuagu soja recruitment history. On say papa kasi me papa we soldier ni one fat book and the soldier yes by force because of a hunting and he didn't call soldier and indeed he was a sniper me papa your friend Daniel to us no a powerful soldier man so not dream do or 7 man or kwa and son of finally or retire nyankopon ejinekra so and then, shall we say, woman, and my bring never soldiers. Into the year, Mono, into the Koya, and can MP Capine, I'm a Ghana dear, and Ibrahim Mahama, and a MP Syria College. A better send a Ibrahim Mahama, and a MP Syria College, if I buy with LAA to a property. I buy not failure as government. Systemic failure, a Bema never got complete with this police. Into the I just want to see more. You better young lawless attitude no more. Because a fire you will have to do, and you're quite by the common bridge and a good soldier. Because in Kaya Juma, the movie I want and Juma is in concert by Yabinia. I buy to me more parliamentary friend MP loan Akakaka. So Mabu and San Juma, only capital, only best. Wait, your friend Amamu.
Me da say, my engineer, do you want to say me for no so I drink share and I pay what you may do so. Hello.
Honorable ABOAGYR boy.
Yes, sir.
Naya Okasef Kabura honorable.
Thank you, Naya.
Mabemo wapaso anano pay. Yankupon Shiraupa Anna honorable Akwesi ABOAGYR MPP Yakoles and NDC Yakoles ni. The two and him. Only and the year to Manona. And say no, my Yankasa. Yampani found on Babeka and on Becca by a watching. so yetimi asi akire ya adwema ye pani e ko ground wada Roma yes
na kwa mwankasa me be you
but me kwa no mame mo wabaso anopa na menchia engineer Emmanuel Lai Hotai e wo kro papa no ogbo adwuma wo papa o den kwala 200 arishi mamu e wo kro ogbo mo de pa ewura Canada moa menchia no na menchia ndi committee e wo camp central ono so ogbo na mo de na menchia wo adwuma wura despite me bona baso ofa kwasi mestre gan for yambu ye nina ho no hwe factories na nado dan kwado obi say Ibrahim Ahmadi as ye boni din because na in factory na nado dan kwado aboa he so wo be kaya talent ko ajuma chairman eko ho na nko bi factory na no enti MPP aban eso Ibrahim Ahmad asene enti ye bona baso a le sefata ye bona baso na mestre gan for say o hwe nyuma na nado dan kwado APP ene niema ba oya mo NDC for na damo of course some of demonstration wo mu be wo hokura no 200 say Ghana for apre NDC for papa because you ram amatam no of course one ton na mama hewu no first time say Ghana bottom chirem na Ghana for ewo enu tini ye fu aba epia no e ma ne boro so 1.5 no na me yes 2024 no almost ade de bebo am wo gidie ma pass wo ba ya besa bonishuri ya no because ono de ayes ya yiri data yini how I fa no ya bonishuri ya na na ni so to the tete o so be de kokko okoko to so a odi nsem bia o wonyina so a de kokko ikana fo mo mama ni da o ya ma ha woni soda woni soda na be ka se o ya koto foforo afi bisu
okay all right me das ma menfa ba kun fin chat ni fa course no fin si e wa hanum si anope ni sorry so na yanko hello.
Hi.
Yeah, get you now chat to you.
Wa bo be de ke chao bi o go so ba che pia pim. Ma min che nyan kupon. Na mi ma ala barika de sara. Na mi ma o man penyini eye ni nyan fu be ma tintin gram a hon pe dia dum. Kwani ko sama bun judiciary ni ma barika de sara. Ya min chale papa park is na wo bo anka o ye reverse player tabu te o ja touch like o ye warm up o bebe mu se tia mini enti ke MPP policy ni bari bi so na to mu be ka na eni ma kunya ma yi papa ku fa do aye ni ma fo de go course ni eye na enya wo liwu ma mi fa na kuri patu na ga si ati wo kira kono uni na ku ja teach wo to mu be ka no kware e bi so se bu so ma hin ni o ma ke chia okay and as so hin mo chi o muka mo ba mo tue mu nya different to credit mo be ka no kware na mo pen fu na chi muka kra no mo ba ene djuma pa nga ye mo be ko djuma no so aye fact de ye ka wa temo yi mo de mo wa bra ko si ka afi ya ye papa ku fodo be mo de be na o me ka ta ka ti so mo ti ye bi mo ko mi ko ye be ni nya ye ru ra tem ta soja for the first one only premier e ru ra ra si ta mi se ni kuya kitani ko la be 1000 we kitani ko be 1000 u be ma regular people sa ko tinya ko ye soja ni police ni ese ma obi o na ye tumi to aba na the police ni soja ni tumi abo ni pe tio na IGP ni be training pa o bo tio no because me no say police for ko use ya the bullet na ma o ko ye kai ma people we were saying baby ku o ko no o nyina wo ho na se bibi si wo ho a ye no police ni a wo ye sa de no in soja ni ye sa de no so they say ye for police papa ye for soja papa aye invisible forces data forces don't the see bibi ku ye tie ye tu ni power about to no be si ne ye hu ni pa ku tu sa tu no be si ne IGP nanka sa so wa kokra na mampeni ya kokra nti ese ni ma nya se o gana ha
me da se me fancy hanum se na yan sorry so na yanko anope